We are live. I'm going to give the chat a few minutes to get settled in, and then I'm going to get the show on the road. Plus, we have some people coming in. Give them another second too, to get the link and join us. Okay. Hope everybody's doing well. Um, and then we're going to get started. Remember, guys, when you get in here, hit the
Hello?
like.
Mm,
Try to bring you some good stuff. So hit that like button.
how are you, Titan Paul? Am I in it? Am I in it? What, me? What the hell? Am I in it? What, me? What the hell?
Let me go check and see what we got in chat before I get started, because we're going to get started. If people show up, they show up. You know what I'm saying? If not, I got some topics I want to talk about anyway. Just take care of it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, let me see.
What do you want to start with, Stadia?
Hey, Craig and I'm Matador. If you're listening, got the link. Come on, hop your asses in here. All right. Who's all right? Who just joined me? Who's this?
Princess, can you hear me?
Oh, now I can. What's up, Ace?
I
Can you
already
turn that?
joined.
Okay, yeah, but no, can you turn that
It
mic
means,
off?
Ace.
Yeah, I said hi, Ace. How you doing?
I'm fine, how are you?
Good. You just need to turn your volume down the back on the video because it's echoing.
Okay, wait a second.
Okay.
Okay, sorry about that.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. That's quite all right. We're gonna get started. We have maybe some other people that are gonna join. I'm just shouting out who's in the chat right now. We got Voice Legends, Garuda, that's PlayStation Gamer Savage. Just so you guys know, this is a special guest today. Okay. His name is Ace. So Ace, why don't before we get started, why don't you introduce yourself to the people in the chat?
Okay, hi everyone. I am Ace. I'm a huge fan of games. I play mostly on PlayStation, and I have been gaming since uh, Atari or something.
Okay. All right, that's good. Hold on, I'm just gotta check one thing. I think Matador just sent me a message, guys. Hold on. Let's see. Uh Unfortunately he can't join right now. Okay, he's got to take care of some stuff. So Matador unfortunately won't be joining us tonight. But I'm going to get into the first topic, okay? Ace, this is something that I just need to say. So I don't know if you know this person. If when I'm done, you want to say something, that's okay. If not, then we'll get into our gaming topics, okay?
Yeah, no problem. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay. So my first topic, like I said, it's not a gaming topic. Okay. It is, but it isn't. Okay.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. Um, I don't really think there will be too much insight from other people about this topic, but I do feel it needs to be discussed. And the individual I want to talk about is Sick Humor. Okay. Now, before I get started, I want to shout out the rest of the people that have just jumped in here: Stardust, Sucking BBC, J Dog, um, Shadow Spade, uh, Cole, Cyber, and Jamal Adams. Okay, thank you guys for coming. Now, I'm just going to keep it 100 and say I have noticed how certain people are low key giving Sick Humor a little bit of hate. Okay, and yesterday, okay, the Savage Lobo tagged me in on a video about Sick Humor, and as soon as I saw the title, I took a hard pass. Okay, I'm not going to be included in the group of hating on Sick Humor. Okay, I'll tell you right now, I like Sick Humor. We're friends. I'm not going to do that. So people don't tag me in any. I'm going to tell you right now, don't tag me in any more shit when it comes to Sick Humor. Don't do it. Okay, I don't want it. Okay, and one thing I noticed about this community is that there are a lot of people who don't want to give him his due. Okay, even though he's put in the work. Okay, and he became one of the great leaders of this community. We hear so much praise when it comes to the popular choices in this community, but when Sick Humor puts in the work, I barely hear fellow YouTubers give this man his credit, and I don't think it's right. Now, if you happen to have a problem with Sick Humor, that's your problem, not mine. Just know I have nothing to do with it. And let me tell you a few things about Sick Humor, okay? I have personally been one of the biggest advocates when it comes to Sick Humor. When it comes to who I want to see appear on bigger podcasts on YouTube, Sick Humor and Craig Harris are pretty much the first two people I mentioned. Okay? It is. I mean, I even asked Any Given Sunday podcast. This was supposed to happen. Okay? And I have no idea what happened with the appearance. Okay? I would like to see Sick Humor on like podcasts like let's say Weapon Wheel Podcast or Broadband Bullies or even the Multiplayer Podcast. You know, just to feature someone who actually knows what they're talking about when it comes to gaming on a level you don't see a lot of these YouTubers tap into. Okay? And also somebody who legitimately plays games. He does.
Yeah,
Okay?
he is a huge gamer.
Yeah. Because the problem we have on YouTube these days is there's so many people that want to talk gaming but have yet to prove themselves as gamers. You see me live stream games. For example, people have watched me play Dragon Ball Fighters, okay? And I'm not good at this game at all. But I don't mind taking my losses and getting better while my subs and followers get to see my progress. Okay? I don't mind that. I don't mind taking the losses. I admit that I'm not that good at the game. I know I'm not. But at least my followers and my subs could see how I progress and that, hey, she's not hiding nothing. She says she's not good at it. She wants to practice. And what does she do? She does it online so that we could see it. That's what a real gamer does. Okay? Now, with that being said, we all seen Sick Humor stream some hard games to beat like Sekiro. Okay? Like Sekiro. And he has beat this game live for his subscribers. Live. But somehow, you know, him being accurate with gaming news and showing you how he's a gamer isn't enough for certain people in the gaming community. This is the classic example of I would rather hate than congratulate. I would rather you stop than give you props. Okay? That's some bullshit. Now, to end this, there's a reason I'm glad to see Sick Humor grow as a YouTuber. And that's because he's not one of these people that feels he needs to kiss ass and bring people on board to further himself. Okay? I respect that. So basically, if you have a problem with sick humor, don't put me in the middle of it. And with that said, okay, I am going to move on to some gaming topics now. But with that being said, I'm going to tell you, you guys need to stop your bullshit, man, and hating for no reason, jumping on somebody else's bandwagon to hate on somebody that's done nothing to you but provided good information in this gaming community. He's for the gamer. He's not against you all, but you guys out there hating. I mean, if you're going to put some shit on his shit that he don't like, yeah, he's going to probably block your ass because he don't want to deal with the bullshit. And I don't blame him. I don't want to deal with it either. But I'm going to tell you once again, please do not tag me into anything negative about sick humor. Now, if you see something or you want to put something up there to actually give him his due and this man his credit that he deserves, his props, okay, if you want to do that, tag me in that. I'll be happy to look at it and I'll thumb up your video. But you ain't going to come at me with no bullshit about no sick humor. That's not going to happen. Not now, not ever. Sick humor, we get along very well. We try to do the same thing for the community, give you guys the best accurate news, give you gameplay, not only clips, but live streams. I mean, of all games, he beat Sekiro for y'all online. And you saw it, but he still doesn't get his props. And people are bitched about Sekiro all the time. He did it. And he showed it to you right there. Come on, guys. Give the guy his due. Stop hating on the man for no reason. Just like I get hate for no reason when I keep it 100 with everybody. And I'm real. So, with that being said, I'm just going to ask Ace. Ace, I don't know if you know Sick Humor.
I know him, the great guy. I don't know him as in personally, but I've been a guest on his podcast one time, and we had a lot of fun. I mean, I have no idea what you're talking about, as in from the hate and so on, but from my understanding, sick humor destroyed others when it comes to debate and such.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and I think maybe that's why they're hating, because he keeps it real.
They hate him because he's honest and true to himself. He don't pander to pander. I don't know how to spell it. Anyway, he don't suck others off. He don't pretend to be something he's not. He's genuine. Not so long ago, he was playing Enslaved. Who the hell plays Enslaved at this point of time? He was doing it because he's a real gamer. And yeah, people, it's not only about what's called sick. Like you have people hating on Port Rock, you have people hating on all of the people that are honest and true to themselves. They hate that. They hate seeing people having success. They also hate when people are being honest, and it makes them really mad because they wanna hurt that person, as in making them lose subs or whatever. But they really can't. Like, Sick is untouchable. Port Rock is untouchable, and same goes for you.
I appreciate that. You know why? Because we keep it real, and that's a problem. We aren't the only ones getting hate, but I appreciate you knowing who I'm talking about and can at least speak on it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, I have the same problem, only on Twitter. I get hated as well. Just how one person was making fun of your name, other one made fun at me for not having a profile pic of my own. I'm like, people hate the others who are keeping it real. I am known on Twitter. I always keep it real. When it comes to Xbox, when it comes to PlayStation, I don't bullshit anyone else. I am legit, and that goes for you, Sig, and Port Rock, and a few others.
Yeah, it's true. And I appreciate that's why I brought you, because I know when you talk, you talk real. You don't sugarcoat nothing. Like you said, you don't bullshit people. And that's why I said, you know what, let me bring him on the podcast. Let people hear what he got to say instead of just on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was good to just bring in here and see, let people hear you. Let them hear the truth come from you and not just on Twitter.
First of all, I had no idea you're keeping an eye on what I'm doing, so I appreciate that. And I also appreciate the fact that you had me on.
Well, the thing is, I'll listen to people in a timeline that have good things to say. And if I think they're talking with sense and not bullshitting around, I'll check out their Twitter shit. You know what I mean? I'll check out your Twitter. If I know that you're talking some real good stuff, I'll check it out. But if I know you're talking bullshit, I ain't paying attention to your Twitter line. Then don't come on mine and act stupid. You know what I'm saying?
I try my best not to deal with liars as well. Like it's very easy to lie. It's super easy to lie, but it's so hard to tell the truth and stay like that, because when you tell the truth in this day and age, people will come at you hard because they hate the truth, because they hate reality. They would rather live in their own bubble than face reality. This goes beyond gaming. This goes to everything in life, and that's why people like us are really how to say the target for negativity and whatever. But when it comes down to it, we just need to be ourselves, be legit, and stay like that. Because as long we don't change, we will grow. We will have people that will follow us. Because just how much there are others that people hate truth, there are many that actually embrace it and accept it and want the truth.
That's true. All right, before we go any further, first of all, I want to do some shout outs. Red Alert, what's up? Andrew Williams, what's up? Zach, what's up? Soul King, what's up? Craig, where's your ass? I sent you the link. Get your ass in here. And I was going to do a shout out to Fatal, but he already joined us. So what's up, Fatal?
Hello.
How you been?
I'm doing rather well, thank you.
Good. Before I move on to the actual gaming stuff, do you have anything to say about this crazy shit that people are giving sick for no reason?
I have no idea what's going on with that. I've been off Twitter the whole day, but nothing negative to say towards him. I've always got along great with Sick. Sick is the man. Yeah, never had a problem with him.
Okay. Well, we're going to move on to gaming news now. All right. Gaming stuff. Which the first topic I'm going to get into is Bleeding Edge, which is a Ninja Theory game, was leaked yesterday, and the leak confirmed that it was a 4 versus 4 multiplayer game that will be on an Xbox One exclusive. Now, the first thing I did was a facepalm. I really did, because the Xbox gaming division for the entire generation has been giving their fan base a lot of multiplayer games that lack a story or games that lack quality in general. Okay. It also looked like an overhead game, which I ain't into. Okay. What I saw, this one clip, but I think it was a fake clip that somebody put up. But anyway, and when you look at Ninja Theory's track record, okay, they are one of the top studios when it comes to creating games with good story and emotion. Games like, let's see, Heavenly Sword, Hellblade, Enslaved, and yes, I'm even going to say Devil May Cry Reboot. That game that everyone got mad about because Dante didn't have white hair, but really couldn't point out any flaws when it came to gameplay. And you also have people nitpick the story. But I thoroughly enjoyed the game, okay? The same studio that has created some masterpieces in the past stepped into a world of a 4 versus 4 multiplayer game. that just screams to me, I'm an Xbox game. I'm sorry, but like seriously, I don't know, what they were thinking, but I do know that we have Xbox fanboys already in full damage control mode. We really do. Okay, Xbox fanboys saying shit like, well, the game was already in development before Xbox bought Ninja Theory. Okay, yet they are ignoring that if this game already was in development, that may be the reason why Xbox bought Ninja Theory in the first place, because something was in the works already. Then you had people saying, well, it's not made by the single player developers of Ninja Theory, but this game is still made by who? Ninja Theory. Okay. I mean, I had Xbox. Okay. I don't even know on Twitter respond to me. Okay. Don't even know these people. And I'm like, do these bots, on Twitter, honestly, do they have some kind of Xbox radar or track system who says, when somebody says something about Xbox? Because last time I checked, I don't know you. And I've never seen you before, but yet you're in here talking some shit to me. Okay. I mean, if you say anything about Xbox, even constructive stuff, constructive criticism, these people lose their shit. It's corporate slavery for real. Being so invested in what these companies do that you lose sleep and do irrational shit to justify your irrationality. Come on. I don't personally go on Twitter and care about anything the bots talk about unless it happens to show up on my timeline. Okay. I'm not going to browse their profiles and waste the time with their, cotton soft, oversized children. That's what they are. Eat Skittles or something. I don't know. But, I'm going to open the panel, in 1 second, because I want to know exactly what people think about Ninja Theory and this game. Okay. It is the beginning. This is the question. Is this the beginning of the end for Ninja Theory? Or am I just jumping the gun because it's very unconventional title by Ninja Theory? Okay. And I before I open the panel, I just want to say, I had people get mad at me on Twitter, come to my timeline and say I said shit that I didn't say even about Microsoft and this game. Okay. I said it looks like a game Microsoft would like, only because they are doing all multiplayer games. These motherfuckers came out and said that I said that Microsoft created the game. I never said Microsoft. I said it looks like a game Microsoft would like because it's a multiplayer, and that's what they've been doing basically. It's all multiplayers, no stories. And they're twisting my words on Twitter like no tomorrow. And coming to my timeline that people I don't even know are coming out the woodwork. And now we got some new corporate slaves coming out. I mean, they're hiding. They must have a radar or something. But I'm gonna open the panel up. I want to see what you guys think. Bear, we'll start with you. What do you think about this new game?
With me, eh?
Yeah.
What do I think of it so far from what I've seen from that leaked trailer?
Yeah.
It definitely is enough there to definitely intrigue me. I mean, who doesn't want to fucking play as Buttercup, man? Fat women need some love too. I'm definitely gonna be rocking that character. No, but jokes aside, I want to see what they're planning on doing. I find it rather funny though that nobody really gave a shit about this company until after DMC Devil May Cry came out and fucking Hellblade came out. Because I remember freaking last generation, nobody gave a shit about Enslaved when I played that shit. Nobody gave a shit about Kung Fu Chaos back on the OG Xbox. Mm-hmm. Nobody really gave a fuck about fucking whatever the hell you want to call it, man. So at the end of the day, their popularity grew with DMC and fucking Hellblade. So now everybody automatically is now concerned for fucking Ninja Theory. But here's the thing, though, right? Interesting aspect of that, though, is who cares what kind of game it is? Let them do something else. You know what I mean? Like, they do have multiple projects in the work. That I do know. They talked about that in their acquisition video that they talked about when they made the announcement about being with fucking Microsoft. So I don't know. This could very well be a little side project they've been working on for a while, which they could be inspiration from their old school Razor game, which was supposed to be a fucking MMO, which was supposed to be before Hellblade, but they canceled the project because the budget was way too high for what they were trying to make. So they could have easily took that concept, shrunk it down, made into a little sci-fi fucking competitive game, like whatever the case may be. Now, I did read your tweet wrong, and I apologize to you for that. But at the same time, I've seen a lot of people in this community pointing fingers saying that this is a Microsoft fucking, not your words, but in the sense that like, oh, this is the game that's Microsoft is forcing them to make. Where's the evidence behind that?
Now, see, that's where people were misconstruing what I was saying. I appreciate your apology. You're right.
You're welcome.
You're right. They are saying nobody's saying Microsoft made this game, and where these people are getting this from, they're in some la la land somewhere. Like Ace was saying, sometimes these people are in a bubble out of reality, and they don't even know what reality is anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody said Microsoft made the game. I said maybe it's a possibility since they have done multi-plats all the time. You know, that's basically what they're doing. This is a game. Maybe that's why they bought Ninja Theory, because they heard they was in the works making this, that was on the back burner, and they were like, "Hey, this is for us." I said maybe. I didn't say it was definite. See, that's how people misconstrue every time somebody talks and says something. They take it out of content.
But there's one little thing that I will point out though, right? Because you like going back to what you were saying about the whole aspect of this game being on the back burner, right? Mm-hmm. Remember, for a while now, we complained about how Microsoft had no games coming out from their first-party studios at all, right? Then they buy up all these acquisitions, and then people were saying like, oh, they're not going to be able to have anything within the first couple of years, and blah 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 blah. So, and if this was a move that Microsoft pretty much basically said, hey, if you got anything on the back burner that you want to bring out, we'll just get it out there. You know what I mean? Because that way people can stop bitching and moaning and crying about it. Sure, this may not be like a Hellblade game that people want. I get that, and I'm with them on that too as well, because I would love for a sequel for Hellblade. There's so much potential in that game. But for something different, but like at least give us something in return, fucking while we're waiting, I'd rather fucking take that and have nothing at all at the end of the day. Literally nothing at all. I mean, I know it's not a game that everybody wants, but you know what, man? I'm not going to, when it comes to Xbox, I'm not going to be too picky about that as of right now. Because if they want to have more time to focus on bigger games and whatever the case may be, and let those developers work on something on a grander scale, but yet release few little IPs here and there they had on the back burner for a while, which would be easy to do because they have a lot of assets they can flip around and do whatever you want to call it, make some moderation changes to as well, then let them do it. Let Microsoft come out with these games. Isn't that something that we bitched about like for nearly the entirety of this generation? Yeah. And like now we're gonna slam that down to the ground. I mean, who knows? Like we don't know if where this game, if it's an idea from Ninja Theory or whatever the case may be, but at the end of the day, who cares? Let this game come out. Let their bigger games work on, let their bigger titles be worked on for a little bit more longer. But at least this way, you know what I mean? Like, who knows? It could very well be a fun ass game to play. We know nothing about it. I
got two things for you. I got a question. I got two questions for you and people in the chat, and for Ace. One, can you send Craig the link? He didn't get mine, and I can't get to it right now. If you could for me, Bear.
Yeah, I can. Okay, I can try on my Xbox.
And then and the other thing is that how do we know that it wasn't a Microsoft idea and that it wasn't always on the back burner? How do we know they didn't get into Ninja Theory's
Nobody will know, right?
See, that's what I'm saying. The people are speculating. We don't know. There's two sides. Ninja Theory could have thought of this, and did it on their own, and Microsoft picked them up because of that, or Microsoft picked them up and put this in their head. Listen, we like our multiplats. Can you do this for us? And they're like, hey, yeah, we could do anything for you. What do you want? That's what we're here to do, make games.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So it could. So these people that are saying that people are saying nobody is saying anything. We're asking, how do we know either way? Was it in development before Microsoft bought it? Or did Microsoft start talking to them as soon as they bought them and it wasn't, a complicated game to make because they're used to making stories and emotions and storylines and all this other stuff. They're used to something. Maybe this is something that's, easy for them to do.
Yeah.
We don't know.
And remember, guys, too, as well, you got to understand, too, Ninja Theory, they can make AAA quality games for half the budget, which, again, that's hilarious in my opinion because they've been proving the industry wrong with that game. But The thing of it is, you got to remember, this is a middle market studio. This is not a AAA studio. You know what I mean? Like, for God's sakes, look how many IPs that freaking Obsidian probably has in the works outside of Outer Worlds. That we know they already working on a lot more titles too as well. So I mean, what's to say the same thing too as well when it comes to this company? I mean, like I said, it's all speculation at the end of the day. I don't know who said what or who did what or who did this or who fucked who. I don't give a shit. At the end of the day, the way I'm looking at it, dude, is I want to see more about this game because that footage, whoever recorded that, has a shitty ass fucking phone. So I definitely want to see this in full glory. I want to see what it looks like. I want to get more information about it. I want to see how they're approaching it. And to me, I know a lot of people are comparing this to Fortnite, which looks nothing like Fortnite outside from its art style. Or, what do you call it there? Freaking Overwatch. I didn't see any of that when I was watching that shit from what I've seen. I was looking at it more along the lines like, this could very well be another game that's kind of similar to Gotham City Imposters, man. That came out last gen. That game was fucking fire. So I want to see more about it, man. It might be shit. It might be a fun game. It might be fucking whatever. Who knows?
Exactly. But that's why I brought up this topic, only because it was a multiplayer again. And, you know, it was a lot of controversy coming around it, you know, on Twitter and all that other shit. So I thought it would be a good topic to discuss. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I
no,
thought
of
it'd be
course.
a real good topic to discuss. You know, because it's all speculation right now of where this game came from. We don't know. Until Ninja Theory comes out and says, no, we had this in the works already, says that, then we won't know. Or until Microsoft comes out and says, no, we asked them to do this. We don't know.
Well, according to that, I forget what his name is, man, but he's got that Zhuge Liang avatar, and he's like an analyst or some shit. He's the one that actually came out and replied about how it was like the way the game was going to be presented by the two developers that have made it. For Team Ninja. Who knows? Maybe tomorrow on stage, when they come on and talk about it, they might give us a history of where this game came from. And there lies the answer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Let me just do a couple more let me just do a couple more shout outs before you do it and before Ace gets on. Let's see.
Damn, Craig and his name change.
What's up? Rasili, Ria, if I'm saying that right. Quintai, Christopher, what's up? Spartan God.
Spartan, what's up, man?
What is that? And Jill, Bat, sorry, and Ace Captain, what's up? Now, Ace, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
What do you think about this game? And Ninja Theory going in this direction, if they did it on their own, or did Microsoft, you know, kind of coax them into it? What do you think about the game? What's your thoughts on it?
Okay, so before I start, let me read a little paragraph that is going to show you why are people upset. And this comes from Ninja Theory themselves.
Okay, go ahead. Show the people.
We want to be free from the AAA machine and make games focused on the experience, not around monetization. When I think of a game like that, I don't see a 4 versus 4 online game. You're definitely going to monetize this game, or ever it's not ever going to be a candle, to hold a candle to Fortnite or whatever. And in order for a game such as this to be successful, it needs to be better or around the same level of, for example, for Fortnite. So my main focus is this. Sooner than later, Ninja Theory will be exposed for being a liar. And that's why people are so mad about. It's not about Microsoft or Ninja Series. It's mostly about the lies. Like, what I don't understand is this: since when was Ninja Theory was held on such high pedestal? This is from people had no idea who Ninja Theories is. Where people were trashing Hellblade, that code for the Xbox guys, and calling it, of course, walking simulator.
I do remember that. Yeah.
Just the second Microsoft acquired them, people out of nowhere started calling Ninja Theories the Naughty Dog of Microsoft. I'm like, what? How? Since when? Yeah, Hellblade is fantastic. Yeah, Heavenly Sword, people wanted a second one. Yeah, Enslaved, I love the heck out of that game. I finished this. It was a fantastic uh, bonding game. And yeah, DMC was fun. The gameplay, I had a lot of fun with it. The entire hate on DMC is they shot themselves in the feet by antagonizing the DMC community by putting the wig on Dante hair and whatever, and saying not in a million year or whatever. That's on them. But the whole entire my problem with Bleeding Edge is this. First off, people are saying that shame on whomever leaked it. But how do we not know that it's not Microsoft themselves who leaked it? Do you have any idea how many developers leaked their shit?
It got leaked technically last month. It got leaked technically last month due to a trademark. That's the actual little bit of a description of it.
Rand Author had you can say a little bit of an inside information about it, and it was heavily hinted at, but it was never like a full-blown leak. Yet all I see is people cursing the leakers and saying shame on you for leaking. Yet you have developers and publishers known for leaking shit ahead to test the water, to see how people will react to certain games, to see how the public opinion is going to be. And that's not only for gaming, it's in everything the same. Music, politics, and so on and so on. So that's my one problem. My other problem is the entire concept of games as monetization. We don't need this model, and you can call this an opinion or fact. That's up to the panel and the chat to decide. But from my own opinion, after getting burned by Destiny, I was when Destiny was first revealed, I was hyped, and when I played the beta, or I think the alpha, I was like, okay, this is not what I was promised. My friend was like, don't worry, the full game will be different. Yet the full game was literally the alpha or beta, and there's nothing new about it. And then the monetization started. So what's happening is monetization is killing our industry. And the reason I'm talking about monetization is because I just quoted none other than Ninja Theory, how they don't want to monetize this game. I asked the panel and chat, do you people believe for 1 second that this game would ever see the day of light if it doesn't have any shred of monetization in it?
I believe that it won't have monetizations in it at all.
And I hope it. I hope it doesn't, because they need to. That's something that's got to go. Like you said, it kind of is ruining shit when it comes to the industry. You don't need to have monetization on all this shit. You really don't. I mean, everything you're paying $60 for a game, You should have your shit. Not say, okay, well, you pay $60, but when you get so far, you gotta, if you want to advance, you got to buy this and buy that and do this. No. Take that. Then you know what? Make the game like $10-15, and then make it to where then you monetize it. So then everybody gets a cheap ass game, and they can do what they want with it. Then, if you want to buy something, go ahead.
Oh, but sorry.
No, go ahead.
But this is what's going to happen. Look at Killer Instinct. Look what they did with Killer Instinct. This is through a Game Pass game and going to be heavily monetized. Not monetized, but heavily. Unless, yeah. So you don't expect it to be monetized.
What games does Microsoft have on Game Pass right now that's chock full of microtransactions that have not been released prior to the actual day-and-date launch?
Killer Instinct?
That's not on Game Pass.
Okay, my bad, but I think I see this game to have the same motto as Killer Instinct, in the sense of here's the game.
Well, does Sea of Thieves have microtransactions? Does Sea of Thieves have microtransactions when that game is full on online?
But Sea of Thieves didn't add like new members, new characters. They
did. Yeah, they did.
Microtransaction. I have no idea because I never played Sea of Thieves.
Well, no, I'm just saying because right now there is no microtransactions for Sea of Thieves, and more free content has come out. They just released the anniversary one there last month, which is actually pretty fucking decent. Crackdown 3, no microtransactions in sight, and they just came out with a free update that added more content to the multiplayer.
Wait a second. Do you think they can afford to put microtransactions in Crackdown 3? That
it
game
doesn't matter
before even launch. It does matter because only games that are how should I say it? When the people are not paying attention to it and you think that it could generate money, they monetize it. Look at Call of Duty. Look at every other game
there's an asterisk with that though. Call of Duty is a humongous budget game. Crackdown is not a budget game, or not a big AAA game. That game is like maybe equivalent to a AAA or a AA game. So like that's what I'm trying to say. And this game here that Ninja Theory is making is not going to be a AAA standardized game.
But it's also not a single player game.
It doesn't matter. Sea of Thieves, again, not single player. It's all freaking multiplayer, and there's not a single piece of microtransactions in that game.
Okay, then how about this? Let's put this to rest out because then we don't know what type of game it's going to be. If this game doesn't become monetized, I will come back and I will admit that I was wrong. And if it becomes monetized, then feel free to do the same.
But here's another thing too, right? Like one thing, yeah, for sure. One thing will be absolutely hilarious, man. Like somebody pointed out in the chat, man. Like what Beavis said in the chat. Like, what if this game does not get introduced to freaking Game Pass? Or it wasn't Beavis, sorry, it was the Nailbat. What if this game doesn't even come out for Game Pass? Then what are people going to say then?
But
good question.
Of course, it's going to come to Game Pass every month.
Is it though?
Every game.
Is it though?
I would expect it to come.
A lot of games go to Game Pass.
No. I get that. But the only reason why I bring that up, is because In Exile just announced there today that the Bard's Tale 4 is coming out for PS4 and Xbox One, but no mention of Game Pass was ever mentioned. Wasteland 3 is the same thing too. I'm not saying it's not going to.
No, but I don't think they have to mention Game Pass because from what Phil and all those guys, Uncle Phil was saying, everything goes to Game Pass.
That's what literally I've been saying.
That's my only thing. If it's not, and it's like it's a time thing or something, then they got to be more specific about that.
A lot of games on Game Pass are timed on there.
It could become gold game. They
could be
put it on gold. Anyway,
But it will more likely be on Game Pass, though. It will more than likely be on Game Pass. I was just saying that, you
were just putting it out there, yeah.
Yeah, I was just putting it out there.
And also,
wait,
yeah.
Ace, give me 1 second. I just want to shout out some people because we've been going on, and I like to do shout outs. So I want to shout out Joseph 10704, Bit Cloud, Carlos, Two Steaks, Fist of Rage, and King Thrash. What's up, guys?
What's up, Thrash?
What's up? I remember. Wait, before we continue, guys, we're bringing you some good news. We're talking some good shit. Smack the shit out of that like button for me, will you? Go ahead, Ace.
Yeah. What the hell's up with that 11 dislikes? What the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
Put that up there.
Yeah, come on. All right, Ace, go ahead. Continue saying what you were saying.
Okay, so about when did this game start seeing the day of light? I think, and it's coming a little bit clear to me. Microsoft, Ninja Theory was in touch with Microsoft way before they started, like around when they started thinking about making this game. Because when you look about it, this game screams Microsoft from the visual, from the character model, and what could be monetization.
But you know what? I don't think Ninja Theory contacted Microsoft before they were bought. I honestly think Microsoft was trying to acquire studios. They were looking at what they were working on or what they could work on, and was trying to find out who would agree to maybe their ideas of what's going on with particular games. And that's how certain things got started. I don't think the developers actually contacted Microsoft. I think Microsoft, because they said they were trying to find new studios. So if you listen, if you take it from there, common sense is Microsoft contacted these people because they wanted to buy them. They're not going to go outside of the box and say, okay, you want to buy me? Unless they're in trouble. They're not going to try to get somebody to bail them out unless they're in trouble. That I know of, Ninja Theory was never in trouble. I believe Microsoft approached them with a good deal. And that's how they got bought.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, Bear. He said go ahead.
One thing, and this is what I remember from the past, before the leak happened and whatever, I remember hearing that this is going to have a rich single-player story. Do you see any rich single-player story from this 4v4? So that's why I really believe that this game, you can't really say this is all on Ninja Theory or Microsoft. I really believe there is a 50-50 split, or a little bit more like 70-30. Ninja Theory 70, Microsoft 30. And this is a little bit
that's something I don't know about. Only because Ninja Theory is not their type of game.
But they wanted to make an MMO a long time ago before Hellblade.
But they,
that's true.
I heard that they already made this style of character model before with Kung Fu something, or like this is not their very first game when it comes down to using this cartoonish style, but it is
Stop shitting.
As far I know, their first game using the multiplayer route, which is actually maybe the question, was this chosen by Microsoft or Ninja Theory? And I think Microsoft.
Well, see, the thing is there, I'm going to say one thing, is that, like you said, they used certain styles before. They never really did the multiplayer before. But if Microsoft's going to buy them out, they know Microsoft likes multiplayer. So maybe that's why they went that direction. Or maybe Microsoft had a bug in their ear. We don't know. What's your thought on that, Bear?
I think maybe, like, going back to what you were saying about Microsoft going to visit them and seeing what they were working on and stuff like that, they might have caught wind of that Razer project. The thing was that when you read all the documents that Ninja Theory themselves laid out on their website, That game was supposed to be like a big, ambitious MMORPG, right? Or an action MMO or something, I think is what they called it. I think Microsoft took one look at that and said, hey, can you guys scale this down? Because if you release this for free to play, you're going to put your game in microtransaction territory, which is what you guys don't want. And said on top of that, if you go subscription-based wise, no one wants to fuck with subscription games like that anymore, right? There's only been a few successful ones. WoW, Final Fantasy Realm Reborn, and the rest of them are usually gone free to play, and they try, and they just fucking fail. So I think what they did was they took that idea, they had a bunch of assets that they could easily work with. They just changed the art style around and made it into a fucking 4v4 versus game. Now, one thing I also noticed too as well, when you pay attention, you watch that trailer carefully, I think that was only half the fucking trailer that we actually saw. Because the way that video starts off, it looks like there was also video clips before the actual fucking recording took off. So if that be the case, well, we'll know tomorrow, obviously. But if that be the case, then there could be a freaking 4-player cooperative storyline behind that shit. And if that be the case, then there you go.
Yeah,
Problem
exactly.
solved.
One thing I got to apologize for, I was mixing up 2 games earlier. Okay. I was thinking of the Darksiders Genesis that was being spoken about. Yeah. It was 2 to 4 player. And that was the one I saw that looked like the overhead. So I do want to apologize for
That
what
looks
I
awesome,
said.
though.
What name? What game?
Darksiders Genesis.
Oh, don't remind me. Oh, don't remind me.
I don't.
I'm so mad about this.
I like Darksiders a lot, but I'm
I
used to the main
love
character.
Darksiders, but I have no idea what they're doing.
I don't like the overhead aspect. I don't like 2 to 4 players.
I don't like what they're doing at all. Like, why did they mess up Darksiders so bad? 1 was okay, normal. 2 was amazing. Like, you couldn't go wrong after 2, and then they gave us 3, which was a little bit generic and a Dark Soul-ish. And I was like, no, thank you. That's not Darksiders. And now they're doing this? Like,
That's
I
what
like
I'm
the
saying. I don't mind it, but the overhead, come on, Bear.
Well, it's a dungeon crawler. It's a dungeon crawler.
I know, but don't do that with Darksiders.
Hey, finally the game actually looks good. The game actually looks good now.
For me, finish the story.
I'm just playing.
Don't make us wait. We need one more horseman, and then we need them coming together and beating the final villain, and then you can do whatever you want, spin-off or whatsoever. Don't mess up the franchise.
Yeah, but they're also taking it to like 2 to 4 players, I heard.
Yeah.
What? No. It's a single player game. Wait, what are you doing the 2 to 4?
And
what
this
is that?
also a game that will be monetized. And this is what I really hope. I'm not sure if you people would be with me on this. And the same goes for chat. Here where I am from, and my neighbors of the country, we were the very first 2 countries that started looking into loot boxes and microtransactions. And here where I'm from, they actually banned, I'm not sure if it's microtransactions or loot boxes. One of the 2 is legit banned here. You can't have microtransactions or loot boxes in FIFA here. They said it supported gambling, and we're not having that. Do you think that USA need to interfere and ban those as well? And if that's so, what do you think the new way of monetization for the gaming industry is then going to be? Because on one hand, I really want them to ban loot boxes and microtransactions. But the problem then becomes, and this is what I heard from Sickhumor himself, he stated then what companies and publishers will do is they will go free-to-play route, And by doing so, then say, look, the game is free to play, then we can monetize it all we want. So then, will every game become then free to play, and we start to monetize the hell out of it?
If it goes free to play, then it's definitely not going to be on Game Pass.
No, but I'm not talking about Game Pass or not Game Pass. I'm talking about gaming as an industry as a whole. This is way bigger than PlayStation. This is way bigger than Xbox and Nintendo and Stadia. Even though Stadia had no chance. Do you think that loot boxes should be banned? Yes or no? And what will be the
loot boxes don't belong in video. And you pay $60 or $80 like I do because I live in Canada. I got to pay.
Oh, we know that they don't belong in the gaming industry. That's a no problem issue. But the issue is, are you willing to ban loot boxes? No, I mean, are you willing to let the USA government to interfere in this? Because gaming is, as an industry, have become much more than when it was 20, 30 years ago. And
first of all, I don't believe any government has a right to interfere when it comes to gaming. It's a damn game. It's entertainment. People are in their house, staying off the streets. I don't think any government has a right to interfere when. So I don't care where you live or whatever. No government has a right to mess with gaming. Okay. In that case, then you might as well tell people what they eat, what they can eat, when they can take a piss, excuse my mouth, when they can sleep, when they can eat. So you might as well be in jail. We don't live in a society where we have to, we shouldn't live in a society where the government tells us what we have to do all the time. It never happened before. And I don't think if a government is trying in any form to tell people they can't game, then there's an issue there, because then it's going to go from gaming to controlling your life, and you're not going to be able to do nothing unless you got permission to do it. And that's not good.
Yeah.
That's not good. That's not good at all.
I don't see Bleeding Edge taking the actual free-to-play route. I don't see that happening. I really don't.
No, I think he was just talking about that in general.
No. No. And I'm glad that he covered that too as well. But I don't think that will happen. I really don't. But I mean, like I said, man, I mean, fucking, and by the way, I'm surprised nobody said anything about fucking correcting me in the actual chat. So it just shows how many people did not watch the fucking trailer. But still,
wait, say that again? I didn't hear you.
Well, two things. One, I stand corrected. I read the actual radio thing wrong. It was social elements that you see in typical MMOs. So I stand corrected on that part. But when I sat there and I said how there's like it looked like when you watched the trailer, how it showed more at the beginning, nobody corrected me on that. Fucking douchebags in the chat not watching the goddamn trailer. See how it is? In other words, Titanfall, I was testing people to see if they actually watched the fucking thing.
No, I know. Do me a favor. Can you try to say Craig one more time? Because I tried to even send him a private message and it's not working.
Yeah, he said it in the chat, and he's testing out something right now on his channel to see if fucking his stuff is all fucked up or whatnot. PC Master Race, bro. Hold on.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
But then, who do we blame for where we are right now when it comes to the loot boxes and microtransaction? Because the gaming industry must really be that much of a shitty industry for literally the government, not from USA only, but all over the country, almost all over the world, to interfere.
That's what I'm saying. It's a gaming thing. It has nothing to do with nothing else.
But the gaming industry brought this on itself, because the second that Star Wars fiasco happened, the gaming industry and mostly the people that created the age system, I don't know what's called, FCC or whatever, the system, how you know what game, what type of game it is, and what age you're supposed to be to play it.
You mean the ratings?
Yes, in the
the
people that created the rating.
No, but I don't think that's a bad thing because you don't want little kids playing certain games that they don't need to know
No,
nothing about. So
I'm not
ratings,
talking about, yeah.
no, I think ratings are fine, but that wasn't created by the government. That was created by the makers because they wanted to, the gaming industry. That had nothing to do with government. That was the
No,
gaming
no,
industry that
I'm not.
wanted to do that.
I'm not linking that to them. What I'm supposed about is there is a group of people. I forgot their name. That's the name of the company or whatever. That they regulate the gaming industry. Before it's not the government. These are the people that regulate the gaming industry. That like Mortal Kombat gained an 18 plus rating. These are the people, and I remember that the government, and it was the Hawaiian senator or something. I forgot which one it is. And he is a huge gamer, and he sat down with these people to give them an out, like stop regulating the stop monetizing the game, or at least make it over 16 or rather 18. So children doesn't get the chance to uh, play loot boxes, because let's face it, whether people want to admit it or not, yes, it's called the PGI. Indeed, that's what I was talking about. Let's face it, whether people want to admit it or not, loot boxes is gambling. That's legit. And if people need to be 18 or 16, I'm not sure, it depends on the country, to be able to go to a casino, how come 13 and 14 and 11 years old children are able to pay money to open loot boxes? And it's not like they are buying Mortal Kombat or something and then opening loot boxes. It's literally, what's called FIFA. It's a soccer game. It's literally a game you can call for the
Yeah,
kids.
but Ace, one thing is, if they're that young, allowed to open the loot boxes, then they have access to their parents' credit card or something, or their parents are allowing them to do that. So that's on the parent now. You have
I
to supposed
think
to have
on
your own
PlayStation
account.
it's automatic, right? You can have it to be automatic.
Yeah, but then it can't be. Then you're not watching your children. Then
Yeah, but it's also,
that's a
yeah.
parent issue now. That's a
It's
parent issue now.
it's partly a parent issue, but it's also really what's called
Well,
um
first of all, I don't believe they should have them in the games to start with.
yeah.
But if you're under 18 and if you're under 18 and you don't have your own bank account that you could put on there or credit card, then the parents are allowing them to do it. Then the parents are allowing this. Then it's on the parent. You can't have something be automatic because you got parental settings on this stuff. So if the parents are not doing that, then the parents are allowing it. That's a parent issue. That has nothing to do with nobody else.
But when come down to it, even with the parents looking, you have still the companies, because the publishers and the companies, they are targeting the kids. They are not targeting the grown up.
No, I know that, but what I'm saying is that
Yeah,
the
I get your
parents.
point. I get your point.
No,
It's a
no,
parenting
but
issue.
it has nothing to do with the companies putting those in there. It's the parents allowing the kids to support it by giving them access to their accounts. So if the parents weren't giving them access to do this, then this stuff may not be going on as bad as it is now because the parents are like, oh yeah, go ahead, here you go, it's okay, yeah, go ahead, yeah, it's okay, yeah, it's because they're keeping them in the house, so they're just allowing them to do it. So they're thinking, so these companies are thinking, well, loot boxes and microtransactions are good because everybody's using them, but they don't realize there's no parental control because most of the people that are using them are kids. with no parental control on their box. So it is a parental issue. It has nothing to. What? Bear, was that you?
No.
You didn't do a duck call?
No, I have my vibration turned off on my phone.
No, it sounded like you did a duck call. You had one of those duck beats.
I'm not. No, I'm not trying to mimic Black Bond here. Oops, what? Moving on.
But you get what I'm saying, Ace. Most of the time, they found out that microtransactions are actually being used by kids under the age of 18. So, which means it became popular because the parents allowed it. And
yeah,
that's
your
why,
point.
you know what I'm saying? If the parents didn't allow it, it wouldn't happen.
Yeah, I get it. If the parents are gullible, then trust me, it will happen. But no, I get your point. I get your point. Then even when, so would you have them, in the end, parents are going to be stupid and not focus on their kids, or even some parents will give them money to shut them up. And so then in the end, what is the solution? Does anyone have one?
Have a solution for what? What? Yeah,
For
parent. You mean for the parents?
no,
The
I'm
parents?
talking about the concept, the monetization industry concept. Do you think it should go or not? I really believe that it should go. A part of me want to believe that if, let's say, USA government took away the monetization, that gaming will at least, that publishers and creators will at least be pushed to actually make good games instead of relying on monetization.
Why do you think I stopped supporting third parties in general? I don't buy games from Ubisoft. I don't buy games from EA anymore, and I don't buy any games from freaking Activision.
That's why I'm most of the time gun-ho about Sony, because, and this is what I've been telling people for the longest, Sony have exposed the gaming industry by putting out bangers after bangers, single player experience. It can be with multiplayer, but that's aside, next to it. And aside from the Gran Turismo and stuff, they hardly ever touch on monetization in order to what's called, to be successful. That's why
Uncharted 4 would like to have some words with you.
Sorry?
Uncharted 4 would like to have some words with you.
Yeah, I heard about that, but that's why I said
Last of Us.
Yeah, but are they free to play? I mean, are they what's called pay to win?
Actually, Last of Us had weapons that were only available, fucking in the best weapons in the game that were only available through a paywall.
But is it pay to win? Yeah. If it's the weapons,
yeah, they're technically they're better weapons, man. They're the better weapons. I wouldn't really say pay to win per se, but it's still blocking off people like myself that don't want to have to pay microtransactions for a weapon.
Yeah, but that's why I tried to say I made that mistake beforehand, and someone else told me about Uncharted. That's why on here I said most of their games doesn't have monetization, because
most
I
of their
knew
games
about.
Don't. Yeah, most of their games don't, because they don't need it.
But yeah, you're right, and this is on Naughty Dog, and also on Sony. But that's why also that the gaming industry now hates Sony because of how they are being successful without the need of microtransactions and loot boxes. So that's why you see a lot of people, a lot of companies now targeting Sony with everything. And yeah, in the end, I really hope that, and this is really me believing, that if we get rid of this concept of monetization, that then third-party developers and multi-plat are really going to be a lot better, because in the end, we here, we here right now, we are all gamers. We are not the people, at least I hope, we are not the people that are defending companies and not playing games and being troll and whatsoever, because we want the best for ourselves. Because when we don't watch out, the companies, they don't care about us. They walk over us. And that goes for Sony, that goes for Microsoft, that goes for Nintendo. Because need all it need to be is one bad move for us, the consumers, and fantastic move for the publishers and developers. I'm and one of them is pay for online that Microsoft created, and I blame Microsoft wholeheartedly. But I can't give all the blame on Microsoft only, because look who followed after 1 year: PlayStation, and now Nintendo, and we got accustomed to it.
Technically two, because the OG Xbox you had to pay for Xbox Live, and the same with the 360. So technically 2 generations before Sony.
I really wished the Xbox guys fought for no online. I really wish that they would have said, no, we are not going to allow you to pay to tell us that we must pay for online.
I agree with you to an extent, but here's the thing, right? Friggin', when you look at the PS3, when it had free to like it was all free, whatever you want to call it, look at the feature set that system had. It was pretty fucking awful. People asked for years and years. People for years and years wanted a freaking party chat. Sony never followed through with it, right? Now, when they came out with PS Plus, which I forget what year it was, that was to test the waters to see. They didn't make it mandatory.
After 1 year that Sony.
No. What I'm saying is that PS Plus was there last generation on the PS3 to test the waters to see how many motherfuckers would actually pay for that shit. When they saw those numbers, they knew exactly what direction they were going in the following generation.
Yeah. That's why I didn't blame this fully on Microsoft, because Sony is for it to blame as well. And that's what I'm afraid of. And when it comes to our next topic, which is Stadia. And I'm a little bit all over the place here, but can I go on?
All right. Well, you know what? Let's get into that, since you want to go to that is the next topic. Let's get into that, and then you guys can state your piece, okay?
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, it's all right. No, you will lead us into the next topic. That's fine. That's what we do here. You don't have to be sorry. It's all right. Okay. So, Google recently did a live stream revealing more about. Hush up there. Hush up there.
Fair enough.
About their Google Stadia subscription service now, and I'm very relieved that the majority. I'm going to say this. I'm very, very, very relieved that the majority of the gaming community reacted to it in a negative way. I think anytime you do games as a service with a subscription models that are not optional is a big threat to traditional gaming. All right. Not because it's revolutionary in any way, but because there are more casual gamers that wouldn't mind taking a chance. Okay, that's the reason. And when the casuals take a chance, these companies see interest or demand for their product. For the record, I have no problem with digital games. Okay, I have a problem with game streaming, because there's no way developers should be able to convince anybody to buy a game for a full $60 that you can't play. Remember, I said can't play offline, or that you don't technically own.
Preach.
But the real question is, how long will it be until consoles get rid of physical media? Okay, this is something I never had to think about as a kid with the Super Nintendo or the PlayStation and the rest of my consoles, okay? But we are seeing it slowly happen. Nowadays, when you get a game, you don't even get. Do you remember back in the day when you used to always get an instruction manual or a booklet of some sort or whatever?
Mhm.
No, you get a case and a disc now. That's it. Okay.
Yeah.
We're getting all these digital game sales, like flash sales at like at 60 to 80% off for games, which is something I actually like, though. I ain't gonna lie. You're gonna give me 60 to 80% off, I'm taking it, especially on a good game. But when it comes to streaming a game, that's pretty much like Netflix gaming. I mean, what if Netflix now charged you per movie or only included certain movies in their subscription, but locked movies that you can browse on their app? What do you guys think of this Google Stadia and game streaming in general? I don't know who wants to go first, but go ahead. You guys take it.
I was the entire time I'm talking, so I will let Fatal first.
Okay.
Appreciate it, sir. Google Stadia can eat my ass. I don't want it. I don't like it. It's garbage. First of all, that whole entire aspect.
Drop the mic. Drop the mic.
right. that whole entire aspect of buying a game, just so you could stream it at a later day is fucking garbaggio. Really? Then you're gonna include the Founder Edition? You're gonna give everybody fucking Destiny 2? Fuck. When that game is about to go free to play in the fucking goddamn fall. The fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Garbage ass stuff, man.
Yeah.
But see, you just hit something on the head that I didn't even say. They're giving you games that you already have on your other consoles.
Bingo. Ding, 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 ding.
And they want
Not only that, look at the price for the controller itself. 70?
Yeah, like the price. Yeah, $70. Yeah. $69.99. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Well, that's how much it'll be over here for me. It's probably going to be $60 for you guys.
Also, this is what I heard. Yeah.
Well, I don't know what
I
don't know what Ace is going to be paying because he's not in America either, so I don't know what he's going to be paying. He may be paying
I'm going
more.
to unleash on it. I'm so mad because, and this is what my problem is, and this is I'm going to link it a little bit to Xbox fans. Remember the very first Xbox One release, reveal how much of a disaster it was for Microsoft? Remember how Xbox gamers, and I'm not talking about the people that follow Microsoft blindly. I'm talking about people who legit gamers like us now, fought through hardship battle just to lift up the DRM and remove the Kinect. Remember?
I don't even want to talk about no
Yes or
damn
no?
Kinect.
Yep, clear as yesterday.
I do not want to talk about no goddamn Kinect.
No, but what my focus is, my focus is the DRM. My focus is the DRM part. Look at how they fought to remove the DRM, and look at where we are right now. Because Stadia is the biggest threat of this gaming industry. Forget microtransactions, forget lookbusters, forget Sony versus Microsoft and all that bullshit. We are legit right now. I'm not sure if others are feeling it, in a crisis. If we don't do anything about it, we are screwed. And once we're screwed, we can't unscrew this because we have a company, Google, multi-million company that want to take our freedom away from us. First,
before you continue, one thing I want to say, that's why I've always told people, and I know, Fatal, you know I've said this a million times. The gamers and the people who love gaming need to speak with their wallets. That's the only way certain shit is going to happen or take place. Speak with your wallet. Don't go
I never bought Anthem. I am always speaking with my wallet.
But some people don't. I'm talking about the people who are listening.
But
If you don't want,
hey, Princess,
no,
you still here?
no, if they don't want, what I'm saying is, if they don't want certain things to happen, speak with your wallets, which means don't support it, don't pay for it. Just do what you got. Do that's it. That's what I
But
mean by speaking
our
with your wallet.
problem comes with this. We are the minority, and that's the biggest problem. Because how shall I say it? Look, I didn't buy Anthem, but it still sold over 7 million. Still people bought it. And when it comes down to it, I was one of the few who actually didn't buy Anthem. So unless everybody comes together and bond together, which I doubt will ever happen. I hope it will happen because, go ahead.
But Ace, what I was saying, you see how you're speaking, how I'm speaking, and how Fatal's speaking. And we all do our own thing at the same time, but you don't understand. Sometimes we are casuals in here, okay, that listen to us, and Fatal can attest to that, and I know you can. If after a while, maybe some of these casuals will start listening and saying, "Wait, they do this full time. They play games all the time. They're hardcore. They got to know what they're talking about." And then if you could just take every time you do a stream or every time you talk about something, you could take 10 of those people and get them to talk with their wallets. Then they may talk to their friends and get, you got 10 people. They each tell one of their friends. Now it's 20 people. Those other people tell one of their friends. Now it's 30 people. That they'll spread the word. We cannot stop fighting for gaming if you love gaming. And this is the only way we can get casuals who do listen to understand where we're coming from. So we cannot stop doing this at all.
Oh yeah, this is what you're doing right now. This stream, live stream. This is important. We as the real gamers, we are important because right now our gaming industry, our hobby is in crisis. We can lose the ownership of our own video games. Let that sink in for a second, let alone a minute. We are on the verge of actually not being able to own our own video game. They want us to accept streaming, meaning DRM, but on steroid. And you have Microsoft already testing the water with SAD edition and see where SAD will get them.
Well, put it
yeah,
this
but that's
way,
for digital distribution though. But all sites do that stuff.
I know it's different. That's why I said testing the water to see how it goes. Because if the digital distribution went well, maybe
yeah, but I mean,
will
digital's been on the
something.
rise since last generation, though.
I have no issue with digital. I have issue with people telling me that you can't own your own game.
Well, when you buy digital, you don't own your game though. When you buy a digital too, as well, so it's the same kind of thing as what these streaming things are going to be doing.
Except
one's locked behind internet.
Ace, 1 second before you continue. Bear, can you do me a favor?
Yep.
Can you send Thrash a link because he said something very interesting in chat about that game, and I think he should have his piece and say what his thoughts are.
All right, I'll send it to him right now.
All right, thank you. I appreciate that. Go ahead, Ace.
So that's what my problem is. I said I have been saying this for the longest, and people didn't want to listen to me, and you just corrected me. And that has been my fear this entire time. This is why I didn't want to embrace a lot digital distribution. When it comes down to it, you don't own the game. You can't borrow it to other people. You can only game share it for how many people? 3 or 4 maximum, I forgot. But anyway, you can't sell it because you need to sell your account. You're actually locked. in it. And it should not be the case. That's why I hope to God that Sony doesn't lie to us and remove a physical disc altogether, because
I don't
I
think
don't
they're.
think
I don't think they're going to, unless that's the way the whole world is going and nobody wants the paper anymore. I think Sony's going to keep doing what they're doing. They're successful at it. Okay, I don't think that. I think when they do the streaming thing, it's just to give somebody else an option. Maybe people can't buy games. You know, maybe they don't have the money to do it. You know, with the way the world is, and they keep raising prices on shit, and jobs
I
are at a
heard
minimum.
they're going to raise the price for the console.
You heard what? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
I heard they're going to raise the price for the consoles themselves. Like the next console is going to be a little bit extra price. That's
What do you
what
mean?
I heard.
What do you mean extra?
I mean, like, let's say, right now you pay $450, for example, for a console. I
Mhm.
heard the next year they're going to raise the prices, like make it $470 or something.
Yeah, but you also got to realize when they're doing that, it's going to be more powerful. Okay. It is also.
Oh no, I'm not talking about the next generation instance of upgrade. I'm just talking about the
the
go ahead.
price. All right, the price, but you got to realize what's included in that. All right. I mean, they're not raising it hundreds of dollars. You're talking about maybe like a $75 increase, but you're also going to have, like they said on PlayStation, you're also going to have backwards compat with all the PlayStation 4 games that they're still going to be making. And you got, more power, and you still got the games.
Again, I'm not talking about from PlayStation 4 to PlayStation 5. I just heard the concept of like PlayStation 4 itself. Right now it's $450. The next year it's going to be $470. I mean, that's what I heard.
You mean the PlayStation 4?
Not PlayStation 4, but the console. The consoles in general. At least, perhaps I'm mistaken.
Yeah,
so
because
never mind.
They're not.
I don't want to spread misinformation.
No, somebody probably fed you wrong misinformation, because they're not going to take all their consoles and keep raising it every year. That's not a PlayStation move. PlayStation won't do that. PlayStation makes their money on their games. They really do. They make money on the consoles, don't get me wrong, but they make a lot more money on the games, and that's why they focus so much on first-party games, good games, storylines. You can have a story and you can have a single player and multiplayer. They combine them. They have all that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
do you think they will lose that if they put their third parties on PS Now?
I don't think they're going to do that. I don't think they're going to do that if they put their first parties on PS Now. It's going to be a while after they've been. It's going to be like a really long time thing. It's not. They're not gonna do a Microsoft and put their shit right on there, right away. It's going to be a while down the line, because people sometimes PlayStation puts out so many good exclusives at one time that people cannot afford to buy all of them at one time. So they know that. So what they do is they're going to leave it. The only time I think they'll put it on PS Now is when the sales are real low. You know what I mean? Like super low that nobody's picking it up.
But Bloodborne was super successful. I wonder why they put it on PS Now.
Thrash, what the hell's up?
That was like me.
No, that's Thrash.
What it do?
What up, Thrash?
What's good? What's good? What? Who woke me up with a link? Why?
I woke you up. No, you were asleep.
You were asleep.
You lied. No, I woke you. If I did wake you up, too bad. I told Bear to send you a link because you had a good comment that you mentioned about Bleeding Edge in the chat, and I want you to elaborate, because you always like I gave you credit for at times. You have some real good shit that you say, and I think you have a good say in this, and I think you should speak your piece and share it with everybody. So
oh yeah,
go ahead.
I mean, for sure, nothing, no problems. Um, nah, I mean, I'm the type of guy I don't really react to shit. I investigate. You know what I'm saying? I don't really listen to what people say and then take it as truth. I go and investigate and see what happens when where. And we did a podcast yesterday, and people were in the comment section were saying that, oh, your facts are off. They've been developing this game since 2014 and blah 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 before Microsoft bought them. And I'm like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh. So I go and look all over the place. I don't find nothing. I go on Twitter, ask people. I don't get no reaction. I come across a tweet that that's from a guy who has leaked stuff before, and he said that there was concept. This game was in concept since 2014. He heard it was in concept since 2014. He said that he also knows that like the concept always changes. This game could have been a totally different game beforehand, which is true. And I think gamers, this is what happens when gamers don't know what they're talking about, but say shit. Because in concept is something that has nothing to do with development. That's just making something to pitch. It's like me writing a script and bringing it to Steven Spielberg. And if whether or not he likes the script, he'll make a movie of it. That's basically the point. That's like the very beginning of the thing. This concept was likely written the same time Hellblade's concept was written, and they decided to go with Hellblade. You know what I'm saying? Like one example I'd be wanting to give to people is Scalebound. Scalebound has been in concept. Me and Fatal argued about how long ago was it in first in concept? Fatal, do you remember?
Shit.
Argument.
Fuck. I think it was. It was a long time ago. I know that much.
Let's just say that.
Yeah,
a long time ago. And it was when it was in concept. It was a dinosaur game in concept, and then they brought it, and then there was a guy with it after that, and then it still didn't get picked up. It didn't get pitched. It got pitched, but nobody took it, so it didn't get in development. It didn't start development until like 2013 when Microsoft actually picked it up. You know what I'm saying? And they changed, and the game changed drastically from there. Well, not drastically, but it changed from concept to what we saw at E3 is a drastic change from what the concept was. Yep. Now Ninja Theory just came out with Hellblade a couple years ago, and now Microsoft bought them a year ago, right? And that game likely was still something on the table in concept. In fact, I remember them saying something about Microsoft saw a game that we had in concept that they wanted to proceed.
It's that
from.
Razor
they were impressed
game.
by the game.
It's that Razor game I was telling you about because that was supposed to be a 4-player sci-fi cooperative game.
Right.
Yep.
So when people say that Microsoft had no parts in making it 4-player co-op game, is bullshit. Because if it was still in concept, they could say, okay, I like the concept, I like the characters, but make it an online 4-player game so we can utilize our shit. We can maximize profit from this game. Simple as that. You know what I'm saying? Because they might have creative freedom, all the creative freedom they want, but they got to come up with concepts, and then Microsoft is going to decide what they're going to fund. You know what I'm saying? And they got to tweak it in order to make it fun. Same thing happened with Horizon. Horizon was the 7th concept that Guerrilla Games had, trying to make new games outside of it. That was the last one. The last pitch they had was Horizon, and that's what they went with. That doesn't mean those fucking other games are in development. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, like I said, I haven't seen nobody. People talking about it was in development, and development is way, way off from. There's a way big difference between development and concept, and people are mixing that up.
I think what people don't want to admit is that this is partly, you can say, Microsoft baby, and people don't want to admit that. People really, and I'm talking about the diehard Xbox, really want Microsoft to be a little bit like Sony, put out single player games and such. That's why when we are saying that this could be choice from Microsoft, people are jumping on us and saying, "How dare you? How dare you assume?" Blah 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 blah, because they really don't want to accept the fact that maybe Microsoft did buy Ninja Theory, not because of Hellblade and Enslaved and DMC and Heavenly Sword, but because of this game right here, Bleeding Edge. This is perhaps this is the new Ninja Theory. And even though if people are going to say that, let's say Ninja Theory is now a two teams, uh, would you rather have one team working on a game that 90% is going to flop versus two teams working on one game and make it the best damn game out there? Like not Ninja Series had the chance to be the next quote unquote the Naughty Dog for Microsoft, and they just didn't choose that road.
Well, I
And
don't know.
that's all about it.
I don't know if that's the case. You know, you got to realize if somebody owns you, they have a say in what you do as well. So they could still be potentially working on something greater than this game. We don't know that. We can't speculate on that. We don't know what Ninja Theory is also working on besides this game. We don't know.
Only time will tell, or rather, only tomorrow will tell.
That's what I'm
My
saying.
bad. I was in the call. My bad.
No problem. I did want to ask you, Thrash, about your thoughts on the most recent Google live stream about the Stadia subscription service.
Oh, that shit did on arrival. That's simple.
Couldn't agree more.
Simple. I mean, like it's a good idea. Its main draw is convenience, but then the main takeaway is your ownership of games. So, I mean, you're paying a rental fee monthly, you know, and you got to buy the controller, which is cool. It's fine. It's just I don't see nobody happy about it. You know what I'm saying? Console gamers ain't gonna give a fuck about it. Nobody wants to deal with latency or whatever other problems that's gonna come with being always online. We can't just sit there and kick the Xbox One under the fucking carpet when they were trying to make us check in every 24 hours. With this shit, we got to be 24 hours online all the time, if you got a single player game or not. So console gamers overall ain't gonna fuck with this shit. PC gamers ain't gonna mess with it because PC gamers like to build they like to build their PC as part of the motherfucking draw of PC is building your own machine, making it as powerful as you can. You know, it's like the electronic mechanics of the world. They like to, you know, build their own shit and enjoy what they built. With that, you just, you know, press and start. I mean, fuck, if they wanted that, they would have gone to consoles. And last but not least, the biggest market that they want to reach is going to be the cell phone market. And I don't hear anybody from the cell phone market being any type of surprised or any type of talk about the shit. I asked 3 people in total already who only play cell phone games, and they was like, "What the fuck is a stadium?" You know what I'm saying? So it's they don't.
Well,
Nobody. It doesn't have the hype.
Only danger.
What was that?
Hmm?
What happened, Ace? You're gone. You can hear us. We can't hear you. No, but go ahead.
Yeah, I had one thing while he getting his mic fixed too. I had a question.
Okay.
I don't know if they solved this problem or if it is a problem. But the controller is Wi-Fi, right? And that's how it connects, like to everything. But like, is it Bluetooth too? Because like, if I'm on my phone and I want to play this game and I'm out in the streets, do I got to be in a Wi-Fi? You know what I'm saying? Like I don't understand how that's
I don't know.
I don't understand how that's going to work. Like
Yeah,
I
far,
said, I
Thrash,
investigate.
So far, Thrash, I've only heard Wi-Fi so far. I mean, I don't know. I'll look it up, man. I'll double check for you, buddy.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like these are the type of questions that you know.
But that's a good point though, because
answering.
what if what if you're around that freaking that has no Wi-Fi? Then what? Your Stadia controller is useless.
Right. Like do I have to be at home?
Wait. No, you can go to McDonald's to get that shitty Wi-Fi. No, you can go to McDonald's.
But you gotta connect your phone. But they gotta be connected to the same Wi-Fi, and then so you gotta have your controller. hooked up to it at the same time. You got to have your phone hooked up to it, and then on top of that, how many people are going to be on that shitty ass Wi-Fi? Like that's not going to work for you either. How many megabits is it going up and down? You know, like
exactly.
It just doesn't make sense.
Exactly.
It takes away the whole feature. Okay, why have it on the phone if you got to use a Wi-Fi controller that has to have Wi-Fi? It doesn't.
But
doesn't make sense.
Here's another good point. You're trying to put on games that are either free to play or that are on the other consoles we already own.
Right. I mean,
So
that's what I'm saying. The only draw is convenience. That's the only draw. Is that I can play it and then I could be on my phone and then I could be on my TV and then I can just grab my phone and go. Or I can grab my tablet and go. But then if I have to be on Wi-Fi, how fucking far am I going? That's what I'm saying. It kills the convenience of that main convenience sale to people who need to be that convenient, who can't put down the controller for some reason. It doesn't make sense if you got to stay on the same Wi-Fi. Where the fuck are you going? Like unless your girl want to use the TV and then you're going to go on your tablet and play. I would rather turn my game off than play on a small ass tablet. But I mean, that's just me. Maybe some other people want it that way, but it kills the convenience when you realize just how non-mobile it is. You know.
Also, they have games on there, and it's a service. Now, if you want to complete a game, how long is that game going to stand there? Do you have to only play one game and complete it because they're going to take it off the list? We don't know that either. See, that's another thing we don't know.
We don't know how many games. We don't know how many games are going to get in total. Whatever.
They put
we don't
their games and they remove them.
Well, that's why I brought it up, because Game Pass does that as well, which is not a good thing. So when you go on Game Pass, if you like a particular game, you got to play it through to the end and try to complete it, or it'll be taken away. It's the same thing with a service like this. That's why I don't like it, because I want to be able to just play my games. And if I want to take a break from that particular game and go to another game and come back to it, I want to be able to do that. I don't.
Yeah, it's got Bluetooth.
It's got Bluetooth.
It does have Bluetooth.
Yeah, I'm looking at the tech specs on the official store webpage for the Stadia controller. Yeah, it's got Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and it's got like other shit too as well.
Well,
so you're good. You're good.
I was finna say, like that takes away the whole draw right there if they don't got Bluetooth.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for sure it does.
But Thrash, you still had a point. If you're out of range, it's not convenient anymore. Like, what if you took that shit and went on vacation and they don't have the correct Wi-Fi for you to use? What's going to happen? What's going to happen? If you can't, but do we know do we know if that shit actually works or not? When you're on vacation,
I mean, no, we don't. We're not gonna never know. To be honest, we're not gonna know until shit come out. Like the thing about these companies, they always gonna show you the bright side and never show you the dark side. They gotta sell you on the bright side and hope you don't think about the dark side until you already paid for it. They want you to be an already paying customer. So
see, the thing is, they're not like us though. We think of we see the bright, but we're like, okay, what's in the closet that you ain't telling us about?
All right.
What's in that dark closet that you ain't telling us about? See, we do that. How
do we buy DLC? Like, what do we do? How do we do it? Yeah, I know you can buy the game full outright. How much are they going to cost? Are they going to be cheaper or are they going to be more?
No, from what I heard, they were supposed to be like $60.
So they're gonna be the same full price, except I gotta be online all the time to play it. I feel like it should be cheaper if I'm stuck having to be online all the time, especially for a single player game like Assassin's Creed.
But also
I don't think that's convenient.
But Thrash, I'm agreeing with you. But the other thing is that if you pay $60, right? But they only got so much space for so many games, okay? How can you finish your game if you want to like go to another game? You know how some of us do, and we go to another game and then we go back and finish our backlog. Is it still going to be there? Are we going to own? We paid $60. Is that still going to be there? Can we still access it? We don't know that.
True.
We don't know. Can we? I ain't paying $60 for a game and not knowing whether I can access it again or not. Oh no.
I mean. I don't want to pay for a service in the first place, and then they say, oh, you have the ability to buy these games, but I mean, if I don't pay my, how does it work? If I don't pay my monthly service and I buy the game, I can always play the game, so I can always have the app on. But do I always have to be online if I'm not paying for the service in the first place? Like, I don't understand how it goes.
No,
Like,
that's a good point, because if you don't always pay for that service, can you
Right.
actually access your game?
I remember
You're right.
I remember them saying something like you'll be able to permanently play it, but I don't know what kind of permanent they mean. Do they mean as long as you're paying? Just like PS Plus will say you own this game, but then if your PS Plus goes out, you don't own them games no more. So is it the same way with Stadia? Do you or
Oh, you bought it out for a second.
you-
Can you repeat that?
same thing where you gotta have games? Oh, I said is Stadia the same way as PS Plus, to where you get a free game on PS Plus, but if you don't pay for PS Plus, that game is blocked. Is my game locked if I don't keep my subscription on for Stadia? Like after buying a game for full price, like that, how does that work? I mean, do I have to always be online? Is there a silver version to where you're not online, but you can play your library of games that you bought physically, or what? You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. It's just too many questions that
You've got a lot of good questions. Your questions are the same questions that I had, and there's no answers. You know, and unfortunately, there are going to be some people who are going to lock into this shit and then get screwed later on. I have a feeling. This shit came out too fast. You're getting games that. Yeah, I understand what you said, Thrash, about it's convenient at times. Okay, if you're on the go and you want to do stuff, but how do we know it's always going to work depending on where you go? We don't. I mean, yeah, you have the Bluetooth.
It's not gonna work. Like you got to be on Bluetooth, but at the same time be running your internet on your phone. You go through a tunnel, then what happens, nigga? Like I don't. It just, to me, it's just weird. It's just weird to make it always online.
But you know what the funny thing is? If you got to use that and use your phone, you got to have your phone plugged in 24/7 as well, because the battery's going to die. Right or wrong? You guys there?
Yeah, we're here. Sorry.
No.
Yeah, we're here. We're listening to you.
No, but you get what I'm saying.
No, you're absolutely right about that. That thing is going to be a battery strain sucker, man.
It's gonna be a battery strain if your internet isn't full. If you don't got the full internet on your phone, then that's gonna fuck you up in your data.
This is going to be a disaster.
Yeah, it will. It's just gonna cost us, because, like, let's say casuals do this shit, and it's like a kid with a phone, and the kid ain't gonna know about no fucking data caps. You know what I'm saying? The parent who's paying for it. So once they get their data cap taken care of within 2 hours or 3 hours on that motherfucker, then what's gonna happen? You know what I'm saying? Like, now your mama can't get on Facebook. She mad at you. It's gonna be fucked up.
She gonna whoop your ass now.
Yeah.
Also, don't you think I really need to get this through, because this could be a collab, not only between Google but also between the internet providers, because net providers can now say we need a lot of mentions. You're using too much data cap. That's why we're going to make the price higher for the internet. What do you think about that?
Wait, you talking about?
You know what? Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead,
no,
go ahead.
I was just gonna say that I was just looking up something, and it was saying they will only use a tera thing of bandwidth.
Yeah, what you mean? Oh, like wait, what? Oh, you talking about the
65 hours, 65 hours of 4K streaming on Stadia will use 1 terabyte of data on your
terabyte.
You're using.
Yeah. That's what you're talking about. Terabyte. Yeah, the terabyte's gonna be done in 65 hours if you're doing 4K. Which is anybody with data caps is gonna be fucked over. Knock those off, and then all the cell phones with data caps, you might as well knock those off too. You know what I'm saying? And then all the cell phone users who don't got the Google Plus, go ahead and knock those 500 billion off too, because not too many people carry a Google whatever you call that shit, Google Crystal whatever Plus thing they got. Nobody really buys that phone.
Before we go on, I gotta say, people like what we're listening to. We just got a lot more people that joined us.
Blame me. You know what I'm saying? It's because I'm handsome. They smell me here.
Oh.
That's
we got Joe Robinson, we got Playbox, we got Yoshida, we got Nathaniel Williams, JK Guy, Andre, Tony Wood, Paul G, Cyber Dragon, Amy, Support Gaming, back again, and but the best person that just joined us, Sick motherfucking Humor. What's up? But go ahead, guys. Go ahead.
Stadia?
I feel like I've been on podcasts for like fucking weeks straight now.
Yeah, like the last 3 days straight, bro. The last 3 days straight, man.
My own one twice. This one 6. Fucking although somebody else.
You should.
I forgot. I've been on Scram Punks and all that. I'm like, God damn, tired of talking to you people. But it's just too much news coming out.
But listen, Thrash,
It's E3, that's why.
Thrash, you haven't been here in a while, so you have to make an appearance once in a while. Come on now.
Hey, I'm the type of dude, I don't run from nobody hood. Somebody send me an invite. If I got time, I'm there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
we're still
some people scared. Some people scared to come to the table. Some ain't. Some people scared to come to PPP. Some ain't. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta be able to hear that, because people don't like to talk factually. People like to have arguments instead of having be sat down and told, what do you mean by this comment? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you mean by this? Help me out, nigga. I mean, if you know more than me, help me out. I am willing to learn. I'll sit there with some glasses, cross my legs like a gay nigga, and then listen to what the fuck you gotta say. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, you know. Like I'm trying to hear gamers. You know what I'm saying? Let me understand what you're talking about, please. You know what I'm saying? Because correct me if I'm wrong. When I'm wrong, I get corrected all. I don't know how many times fucking Fatal White Ass corrected me, man. I don't know how many times. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think I've ever corrected you on anything.
No. We usually come in ties, like with the Scalebound thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, we was both right about that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't mind. You know what I'm saying, being corrected on anything, but a lot of these guys do, and I don't know why. It's like, bro, get your education up if you're not going to be right about everything. So try to hear the right thing, and if they can prove it to you, nigga, it's proven. People in my own chat in the roundtable have proven me wrong, and I shouted them. I talked about it with them on Twitter, you know, for everybody to see. You know, he even said, "Damn, not too many people do that shit." Like, nigga, I'm surprised you even replied to this shit. I'm like, yeah, nigga, if you prove me wrong, I'm wrong, nigga. What the fuck? You know,
it's just like I made a miscomment because I was thinking of 2 games about Ninja Theory, and I said something, and I corrected myself. I said, I apologize. I messed up. That wasn't the game I was talking about. I kind of got my facts mixed up because I was talking about so many different things, and I brought out the right game this time. And I corrected myself. You see, I can admit when I'm wrong and I said something stupid.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta be able to do that.
I'm the first to tell niggas that I'm wrong.
I think people find that as a sign of weakness to admit they are wrong. Like, legit.
Some people do, yeah.
I have debated so many people. I destroyed them on Twitter. And what they do, they started deleting. Or just block me and delete altogether. They can't simply say, sorry, man, my bad. I mistook it for something else. It's like as of apologizing a disease or something.
Right. It's this crazy, bro. Like even like Garuda, you know what I'm saying? The homie, he challenged me in Tekken. So I was like, come through it. Then Cud never came through. But I'm like, nigga, well, why challenge me then, my nigga, if you go run? And then he said, oh, when Michelle come out, then Michelle came out. I'm like, okay, what's up? That nigga still ran. So I was like, damn, bro, like, it's okay to call me out, man.
Yeah, but you know what?
It's okay to beat me, bro.
No, but you know what? Garuda calls me out at times, and he don't show up because you got to realize Garuda's a truck driver. He's all over the country. Sometimes he don't have the internet to do it.
Yeah, he got the internet. But he got the internet to challenge a nigga. I mean, I didn't challenge him. He challenged me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna never forget. I'm a gamer, Garuda. I ain't gonna never forget. Ever, nigga. Don't challenge. I'm not gonna forget it till I get that challenge. I'm still
gonna play you in Tekken, dude.
Well,
yeah. I know you still. A lot of people still are. A lot of people still are. They don't show up. A lot of people still are.
Thrash, we're gonna play again, and I'm gonna whoop your ass. So we're gonna play another fighting game.
What you gonna do? Pick a Kuma? Yeah, you gonna pick a Kuma? You gonna pick Street Fighter character and take it? You gonna pick a fireball thrower? That's what you gonna do? Okay, all right. I can easily pick a Kuma myself if I wanted to, but why?
Well, go ahead. Go ahead.
Nah, why? Why? No reason.
Why? Why?
Because I don't play like that. I feel if I was playing Street Fighter, I'd pick Akuma, but I'm not playing. I'm playing Tekken, so I ain't tripping. You know what I'm saying? I just be laughing when people do pick Akuma. I'd be like, Akuma?
No.
Oh, you know I heard your
Shoto
feelings if you pick
really?
Akuma. Hey, you mad at me? You pick Akuma? You mad? You all like, fuck that? I'm about to get this nigga.
No, we
It's
gotta
like
do.
that.
We've played before. We gotta do another stream and do that shit and play
Yeah, like,
another fighting
y'all not
game.
ready.
Huh?
Y'all not ready. Whenever y'all ready, I'm gonna have to hit it. I'm gonna have
What do
to
you mean
hit
I'm
the
not
lab.
ready? I'm always ready. What are you talking about?
I'm about to
you
pick
act like-
somebody new. I'm gonna hit the
see,
lab
see,
and
he
pick the
going into that
guy.
mode where people are
No, I'm not saying y'all scared. You know what I'm talking.
He's in
You know
that
what I'm talking.
mode where you're in the mode where everybody's scared of you. Ain't nobody scared of you, Thrash.
Garuda is. Garuda. He ain't chatted yet. He ain't said shit in the chat yet. Not a word. He could have been like, he could have used that same excuse you gave him. Like, yeah, I'm a truck driver. Leave me alone, damn it. He could have said that. But he didn't. Because he know his
I
place.
play my fighting games in the arcades,
Nigga.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
we're just
You know
bugging
what
you,
I'm saying?
Garuda.
Yeah, we bugging you, Garuda. I'll call you by your tribal name as I'm whipping your ass.
Damn.
Thrash, you a player.
Damn.
You know
Hey,
that.
I'm a gamer,
You know
man. I'm a
that.
gamer at heart, man. It's always about challenging and playing. You know, that's what it's supposed to be about, man. It's just I
But
don't
you
get
know,
the
the
rest.
thing is, people don't realize when you challenge somebody, even if they're better than you can only get better by fighting them because you learn something different every
Right,
time you fight them.
right. You're supposed to keep
They
fighting
want to
until
be
you
better
win.
without fighting.
It's like
That's the
Sekiro.
issue.
That's what Sekiro is based on. Sekiro is based on keep fighting until you get good enough to beat that opponent, and that's basically what Sekiro is. Until then, after you play it again, everybody easy to beat because you done got good enough to beat every opponent. That's what you're supposed to do in fighting games. You're supposed to get good enough to beat somebody's out there could beat somebody. Beat me today, even though my shit was lagging, and it's all good. He got me. You know what I'm saying? He was garbage, but he got me. And it's like I'm not hurt from that shit. I'm not quitting gaming because of that shit. I'm about to go
Exactly.
to the lab and meet up with that nigga again and let him know exactly where the fuck it is. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, bro.
Hey,
That's why I like playing with certain people that I interact with that are real gamers and I do podcasts with once in a while or whatever, because you guys are not like nasty, angry. If you did lose a match, you ain't pissed off. You just say, okay, rematch.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Rematch.
If anything,
And that's
if
what I
you
do.
lose a real fighting game enthusiast would never be mad at the opponent, they'll be mad at themselves. You should be able to see where you made your mistakes, or you can't blame somebody else for whooping your ass. You can only blame yourself. So get motherfucking better, nigga. Get good. However you want to phrase it. Hit the lab. Do what you gotta do to get your shit up there to be able to whoop anybody ass. Period. That's just it. Nigga, do what you gotta do. Train in a different way. Nigga, put it on ultra, only use kicks. I don't know. Nigga, put it on, go to practice, put the computer on ultra difficulty and just block every move that they come up with. That'll get your defense up tenfold. You know what I'm saying? Like, but these niggas don't want to do that shit. They don't want to take the time out. They want to be able to press one button and do a death move. That's what they want. You know what I'm saying? So it's
That's what you're
I'm
exactly
really
right.
bummed
That's
about
what I
that
don't
for
like.
Tekken 7, man. Yeah, I'm pretty pissed about that. Because I
What?
like Tekken 7 a lot, but it just, that whole entire, like, you know, when you get that
all right.
special,
All right,
whatever they call it in the game, I hate it.
Garuda,
Oh, right.
I'll let you host the Roundtable podcast one good time. I'm going to open it. I'm not giving you no passwords because it's not my show. All right. But if you beat me, you can come up in there. You can host everything. Nigga, you can tell people like do they intros, outros in the show. However you want to do it. You can mock me, nigga, and say do what you do or do what you don't. Whatever the fuck. You can do that shit, but don't ask me for no passwords. I'm not gonna give you passwords to our podcast, nigga. Got me getting ready to say mine. It's not even mine. Nigga, Fatal is one of the niggas who own the fucking podcast too. We all do our different parts in this podcast. But if you
Yes,
want
sir.
to host it, it is no problem at all. You know what I'm saying? You can host it. I mean, I'll tell you, we have a meeting next week anyway. We can vote on letting your ass host it for a day and see how many votes you get. If niggas vote you and vote yes, then yeah. They likely would because they want to mock me. They get like,
And you know, Trash,
I know.
correct me if I'm not mistaken, but when it comes to fighting games, right? Isn't it always good to fucking to play against somebody that's really good at the game, like when you first get into it?
run.
Yep. You got to
Yeah.
fight somebody who's better than you at
Yep.
all times. At all times. If you don't fight somebody that's better than you, and like I get on and I fight people that are better than me, I don't care if I lose. I let my fans see how much better I'm getting because I come back the next match and whoop the ass.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
I
of course,
learned
yeah.
something. You have to fight people better than you in order to get better, without a
Yep.
doubt. And I know Thrash will definitely agree with that.
Yeah, of course.
You
Ain't
have
tripping.
to. You have to.
You
You
ain't tripping
have
at all.
to.
Mhm.
No.
And you got to honor your bets. You got to honor your bets because if hold on. Wait, Garuda.
Well,
You want to host a podcast, fine. What you gonna give me? What do I get from you if I beat you? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, a bet is a bet, nigga. So what's it? You gonna let me be under you? You gonna let me use Garuda Legends or something? Like, what you gonna do? What you gotta value? You know what I'm saying? Like, at the same time, I don't mind making bets, but if it's a one-sided bet, it don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what you putting on the table. You know what I'm saying?
well, listen, Garuda, you're my buddy, but I guess what? If they voted you as host and me as host, I bet you I win. They'd vote me as host, not you.
See,
He
this
ain't gonna
nigga asking
answer
for
that.
the. You know, he not. He asked, like, what do you mean? Let you hold the roundtable podcast for 7 days? It's not
Yeah,
physical
that's what I'm trying
for
to
you to
figure out
hold.
too.
I don't understand what your question is. What do you mean let you hold it, nigga? Don't pretend like I did not ask to be the host of the roundtable when I went. Okay, so let you hold it. We only do podcasts two times a week. If you want to
Yeah, out of the
host it
7 days a week. Yeah.
for 2 times, okay, host it 2 times. But what do you mean let me hold it? Like, you're not finna throw no other motherfucker. You ain't finna throw the whole motherfucking thing under the table, my nigga. You're not. You're not finna be like, okay, now I'm gonna post my dick so the round table can get
Yeah.
banned or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, niggas not having that. I'm gonna be there in case I do gotta kick your ass up out of there, because what you're not gonna do is take all the hard work niggas did at the round table and flush it down the toilet. But like I said, I don't mind you hosting shit. But nigga, let me just make sure that you behave yourself, and I'm gonna be there to make sure you do, nigga. Got me fucked up, nigga. Crazy.
You guys are nuts.
Hey, Trash. Did you watch the Star Wars gameplay trailer?
Who?
The Star Wars gameplay.
Oh yeah, yeah. It was basic.
Yeah, I'm
It was
like,
basic.
it's like EA went to the generic shop, but ordered one generic Star Wars game, and that's it. Like, if you remove the lightsaber, give it a normal sword, change the color of the troops, and you can even keep the force, and you wouldn't even know that it's a Star Wars game. That's how bad it was.
I actually
But
watched some of that EA on Persona's channel,
oh my god,
and
I was
the only thing that seemed to come out of that was the Star Wars, and that wasn't even the best. But that's the only thing that seemed to come out of that whole thing.
I was with Sick. I was watching Sick, watching it, and I legit I couldn't take it anymore. I went to sleep. I woke up. I thought Sick still watching, and it was so boring. Like, who wants to sit and listen to people talk about Apex Legends? Like, this shit should have been 5 minutes maximum. But yeah, and that's why I think Sony skipped E3. Like, if Sony did this, people would be rioting right now.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. But yeah, I actually, you were there, I think. The idea of Sony gathering, saving their money, and releasing a PlayStation 5 that is less expensive. That's an idea Sick Humor came up with. I really like that idea. I really hope it's true. What's your thoughts about that?
Who, me?
Yeah, do you think it could be possible?
Yeah. Wait. Ask the question again. I was over here writing Garuda weak ass. Say that again. I'm sorry. My bad.
No problem. I said Sick from PlayStation Plus podcast had this idea that Sony is choosing not to attend E3 because they are saving the money from E3 and they are putting it in.
Yeah, I was in that podcast.
Yeah, I think you remember. Yeah.
Yeah, I was in there. Yeah, I was a handsome one, nigga. How you gonna forget the handsome nigga? All them ugly niggas in there, you just gonna forget the one handsome nigga in there?
My problem
why
is
you lying so much? Why you lying so much?
I have bad hearing, so I don't remember the name. I thought
no, it's not good.
You, but
yeah, it was me, but it's just that my icon is different on what's the name on Discord. But no, I was there. Yeah, I mean he's right. He's 100% right. You know what I'm saying? Like they saving money. I mean, why wouldn't they save? You know how much money they save? Like we said on there, it's like you're gonna get more viewers streaming.
But I got a question. Yeah. Why would they? They don't need to go to E3 at this point. So why wouldn't they save their money? They don't.
Death Stranding killed it.
But what I'm saying is, Sony don't need to be at E3. They're killing it right now. Let them save their money, do their own shows, and let it go. They don't need to be there. They, right now, they don't. Okay? Who knows what's going to happen down the line? You know, down the line, it may not, with the way Microsoft's going and the way shit's going, there may never be another E3. People may just be doing their own little shows after a while. Because E3 to me just flops every year. The only way they make money is for the, no offense, but the idiots that go there and ooh and ah for nothing. They ooh and ah for you know, like you know, that's what they sound like. Wow, Microsoft, yeah, you know, that's what I get. I'm sorry, you're laughing, but
what the hell?
What I get.
That sounds like me when I'm eyeing games until I see a fucking goose girl and I'm like, ooh, how you doing?
But you know what I'm saying, though? Everybody always says each year, wait until E3. They get there, and a lot of people, they go there, spend all this money, and what happens? They have to, they probably have the signs up, applaud.
Yeah, like Microsoft did the XO8, the XO18
No, they do. They actually have dudes in the crowd that hype people. I actually got footage of that shit. But this one nigga, like when, especially when he was in Mexico, the camera went too low, and it showed the Xbox dude. Yeah, they saw the Xbox dude over there telling him hurry up and cheer. But
you know what? Crazy? They went to Mexico, and some of these people don't speak English, so of course they had to have something, you know, in Spanish, something to applaud. No, I ain't being funny. No, I'm not picking on the Mexicans. I'm saying you're there speaking English. You're there speaking English to people who don't speak English. And they're going crazy. They're going crazy now. Come on now. No.
Yep. The guy says something in English, and all you hear back in reply is "Sí, señor."
Exactly. And they have no idea what they're saying.
They just want to. They wanted to act like they were multinational, and people in other countries were excited for Xbox, even though they had to tell them when to cheer. You know what I'm saying? Like Phil Spencer, we got Games Pass, we got this game. Cheer! Like every time Game Pass was mentioned.
But you know what?
Yeah, for sure.
Exactly. You know what, Thrash? I agree with that. But you know what? There's one other thing I agree with you with that. They kind of use them to do that, and that's not right.
No, it ain't right. They even gave a kid when they gave that kid an Xbox. They didn't give him no wires or nothing. They just gave him a fucking box with a controller on top of it. And he looked down at it like, "Nigga, where my box? Like, where everything else at? I know, am I too flatten my tortillas with this? Damn, that was too racist. It wasn't racist though. I'm just saying it's usable that way. I use mine to warm my motherfucking tortillas up, nigga. I showed it on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? So it just I did. but I mean, at the end of the day, man, like people gotta understand these are all companies, including Sony. They are all companies. Trusting them is a mistake. Trusting the salesman is a mistake. For sure. Never trust the salesman because they're only going to tell you the good shit. That's it.
Of course. You're 100% right. Go to a car dealership and see if they're gonna tell you. Go to a used car dealership and see if they're gonna tell you any bad shit about a car.
Hell no, they're not.
Hell no.
Hell no. They know what problems a car got. You go to a used dealership if you want to. Nigga, you got to bring your own mechanic up there with you. That's how bad that is. You got to bring a mechanic you trust up there with you to tell you what's wrong with the car. I did the same thing, and there's so many cars I passed on because of it. Look perfectly fine outside, turn it on, it sounds good. My mechanic turns his flashlights on, lift the hood up, and check the inside of it to see if there's any splatter marks. If there's splatter marks, it was in an accident that they're not telling you about. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If there's gaps in between the little pieces of the car, like that outside shell, then those are like generic pieces. It's been an accident. Like, you don't want to get it if something's wrong with the frame. Like, you got to have somebody there to tell you these facts that you wouldn't be able to think about or look at. So that's how bad it is with salesmen. Salesmen got to sell what they got to sell. That's how they make their money. So,
but you're right. And that's in
that coverage is pretty bad, Sick.
That's in anything. You talk about cell phones, TVs, furniture, houses, whatever. These people are just out there to make a dollar. That's their job, to sell you on the good, not what's wrong.
mm-hmm.
That's exactly what it is. You know. Well, listen, we've been going on to over 2 hours now. Does anybody have another gaming topic that they want to bring up before we end this stuff?
Nothing.
I have one.
I know. All right, go ahead. I know Thresh may have one. Thresh always got something. Go ahead, Ace.
Do you think, and this is, you said it before, do you think E3 is going to die soon? Because E3 is not what it used to be anymore, and it is mainly the blame of publishers and developers who lie at the stage, who show products that's not even the same. Look at Anthem, Destiny, Division, and I can go on and on. Fallout 76. Do you think we are seeing the end of E3, or do you think E3 will bounce back?
I don't think that it's really the lies from developers that's killing E3. It's the niggas who own Staples Center who's killing E3. Everybody started to leave as soon as they opened it to the public. Nintendo left first. Yeah, to the public. Nintendo left first. Microsoft left second. Sony left third. No, not the YouTube. Yeah, everybody. No, not just YouTubers. No, they open it to the public. I can go up in there, nigga, and walk up in there with two guns in my back pocket with a blue rag on. You know what I'm saying? What's up, cuz? Open the goddamn door. I got my money. And them niggas gonna let me in. I can go over there and slap the shit out of UC if I want to. You know what I'm saying?
So
like,
violent.
And it's in the middle of the hood. You gotta understand. It's in the middle of the hood. Staples Center is in the middle of the block. So it's like, I mean, it's not that's the problem. It's just that you got way too many people there for a convention made for the media. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a trade show for the media is supposed to bring this news out, but they can't even get to a game because the line is now triple the size. And the only people making money from it is Staples Center because they're charging everybody like $200 to get in that motherfucker. Then they charging Sony and Microsoft millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars to be there. So it's like these companies are looking at it like, wait, why am I paying you millions of dollars to make you millions of dollars when I can just stream it and get way more viewers? You know what I'm saying? If that's what the case was going to be. So they're losing. It's going to die for two reasons. One, it's either going to go full digital and it's just going to be streamed, or it's going to die because nobody's there no more. Nobody's paying them these millions of dollars to be on their stage no more. You know what I'm saying? Microsoft has their own stadium. I mean, their own convention center right next to Staples Center, directly next. They don't got to pay them nothing to be there. So it's the actual owners of E3 that killed their own business. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing more than that. You know what I'm saying? It's just they invited the public when they shouldn't have invited the public. And these companies were like, I'm not going to pay you this money to make you more money. I'm already paying you money. I should be able to connect to the people who I need to connect with, not to the people who we're going to connect with later. You know what I'm saying? This is for developers and then and people who are doing magazines and YouTubers and shit like that. That is it. You know? So, I mean, you can go online and find all type of different YouTubers complaining about the shit. because they can only make 2 or 3 videos about these games because the line was too fucking long. It's too crowded. People stink too much. That's why they got the shampoos coming out. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, that's the reason for the shit. That's the problem with it. It's less about these salesmen lying because they're paying for that space. So that's not going to kill E3. E3 will be there as long as it's making the money to maintain the time from Staples Center. It's just that if people aren't paying them millions and millions of dollars no more, then it will die simply because of that. You know what I'm saying? So
interesting.
It is what it is.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
I
what it is.
get you.
Thrash, you know what's messed up?
Yeah.
Thrash, you know what's messed up? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Ace. You know what's messed up? Staples Center charges all that money for an individual to get in after Microsoft, Sony, or whatever paid their millions. So if it wasn't for them paying the millions, you wouldn't have those people. Why are you charging them $200 a piece? You already got millions from them.
Greed. It's all greed.
Exactly.
And they got greedy. They know they see the hype behind it. They see the gamer. That is the biggest. It became before when E3 first started, gaming was niche. And it was more about electronics than actual games. And then games got involved and it got bigger with games. And as gaming grew into the biggest entertainment thing in the world, they saw the opportunity because they saw more fans. And now they treat it like a basketball game. They treat it like a Laker game. Pay to come in. Public. Come in, public. Come in. $200. Oh, yeah, come in.
Go
to stand
Raptors.
up. $20 tacos and $20 hot dogs. Yeah, that's how much they cost up there, nigga. No lie. It's like $20 something for some fucking hot dogs up there.
Guess what? I'd have my nice big bag on my shoulder, my backpack, and it'd be loaded with my shit.
Yeah, real shit. I was at E3 once when I was working in security a long time ago. I was in E3, and back then it was way better. I remember it was when that Star Wars racing game came out for the 64, nigga. It was PlayStation was just barely there, like just starting to get their shit big, and they were giving away shit. They was giving away PS2s. They was giving away like to everybody, even like to the security guards. I left from nigga. My Game Boy had every little piece to that motherfucker. Just the light, the magnifying glass, nigga, the battery extra pack and shit, like all for free. Like it used to be like welcoming. Now it's just like, you know, stay away because it's just too many people. It's
also more a business.
Yeah, I mean, people usually, like you said, people want you to advertise for.
But you know what's crazy, Thrash? When they invite that many people, and they stop doing things that they did before, like you said, they're asking for a fucking riot. They're asking for a fucking riot of some sort. You know, you used to give us this. We're paying $200 and we don't get shit out of it. People are going to start fighting after a while.
Yeah, they're going to leave. I mean, like, we don't need to be here. Like, it's the internet age. It feels before the internet age.
You better give my $200 worth. I ain't just sitting.
Oh, you talking about there? You talking about? You talking about if you go?
Yeah, no, I ain't gonna just sit in a hard ass chair, and you ain't gonna give me something for my $200 for walking there just to hear about some bullshit. No, I'm gonna tell you. Give me something.
I'll tell you a little fun fact. Nigga, my roommate, this nigga he works at LAX, so he sees everybody coming and going. Even when I was merchandising before I got promoted a few years ago at Coke, I was working at LAX, and I would see like people every time there's something going on at the convention center. You see people flying in and all that. Niggas see a Kojima and all that shit. And like he said this year, he was like, bruh, he's like, nigga, I barely see anybody getting ready to come to E3, bro. Anybody. I used to be a gripper. Because you could tell people who going to E3. You know what I'm saying? Some people already like got they backpacks. You got motherfucking developers coming through, you know what I'm saying? All this shit. And he say, you know, you see the developers, but you just don't see the gamers coming through from different parts of the world to come and check it out. You know what I'm saying? He said it's not, I'm not trying to knock that, oh, Sony there is dying, Sony not there. No, I don't care about that shit. You know what I'm saying? To me, I just want games. I can give a fuck where you promote them at. But it does show that E3 is on its way out, because with Sony not being there, you got the company with the most followers not being at your show at all, in no way. So unless they on Microsoft stage, like I said, but that's still going to be a secret. People just don't want to go to see Microsoft. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want to go just to see Sony. I would rather see everybody there. You know what I'm saying? It's not about the console war. The shit done went on for too long. This console war bullshit, man. We need to get over that shit. Microsoft has quit gaming basically. They have stopped supporting the Xbox One. It's okay. They still coming out with games because they want to support Games Pass and Xbox Live. If they didn't come up with Games Pass and Xbox Live, them niggas probably would have left by now. Straight up. But the console war is over. Get over that shit. I'm tired of seeing these niggas like, oh, how come these PlayStation gamers are saying the E3 is dead? So how come they keep on talking about E3 and want to go watch it and all? I'm like, nigga, because we gamers, man. We want to see what most of us want to see what Microsoft. I hope Microsoft come and knock it out the fucking park. That way Sony can be like, all right, we need to knock it out the park. That's what I want to see. But if they're not,
exactly.
if they haven't been competing for years, and nobody's going to be too excited about just seeing them, period. It's like, don't blame me, blame them.
Thrash, you just said something I've been saying for a while. I actually want to see Microsoft go to an E3 and hit a fucking home run for once.
Right. On my mama.
Like, knock it out the fucking park. But is it going to happen? It hasn't happened in the last how many years? And everybody keeps saying, wait till E3. I agree 100% with you all the way. You know, we as gamers, we watch it because we want to see something from them. We're begging Microsoft. Dude, thank you.
Impress me. Please impress me. I remember when Gears first came out, super impressed. Like, hell yeah, I'm on that. You know what I'm saying? When they had the commercial come on, the Mad World commercial and shit, on it, nigga, on it, super on it. Even though they had a enemy boss up in there that they never showed up in the game until like part 3 or 2 or some shit. Still though, I was on that shit. You know what I'm saying? It was lovely as fuck. When I saw Uncharted, on that shit, nigga. Saw Zelda, on it. But nigga, if you gonna show me, if they come in with this Battleborn game that Ninja Theory is making, it's like, okay, nice, but I'm not on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like, oh shit. I want oh shit moments. When Kratos first stepped in the room, at that one E3, when we didn't know who it was, we just saw a little boy playing with toys and walking the house, and then you hear Kratos' voice, and you're like, is that Kratos? And then a nigga walked out of the shadows, and everybody cheered. That's all shit moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh boy, and they give me that. I'm there. I'm all ears. And it's like, I need the same thing with Horizon. When we saw Horizon, niggas was like, I need that. I need that today. Now I need that shit. Microsoft hasn't had a game to where niggas was like, I need that in a very long while. You know what I'm saying? The last time I did it was Quantum Break. And imagine my motherfucking disappointment when I got that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, let's not even go there with that one.
Bruh, it's like, don't blame me, nigga. Like, it's them. You can't come with Recore and have me be like, oh shit. You can't be like Crackdown and be like, oh shit. You can't show me no fucking Sea of Thieves and I'm gonna be like, oh damn. No, I'm not. I'm not. You know, like, you're supposed to be the top level developer. You're supposed to be a top level. You're supposed to be on top of the gaming world, sitting there with Sony. We all ignore Nintendo, and Nintendo is bringing out more all shit games than you. You haven't won a game of the year yet, and Nintendo did, going up against Horizon Zero Dawn. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you can't. You just can't do that. You can't sit there and come with mediocre games and expect us to stand behind you the whole time. That's why Ouya is out the motherfucking door, and all the rest of these motherfucking companies who didn't come with games. Like, it just, you can't come with hardware and telling me your business moves about buying studios and that's supposed to just propel you into success. No, it's crazy, man.
But Thrash, can you believe that Nintendo is actually whooping Microsoft's ass right now?
They whooping, man, Microsoft and Sony's ass right about now. They won 4 months in a row.
But you know what I'm saying, though? I mean, but you brought up Microsoft. Nintendo was always like third, always down below. And they've been, they're coming out with more games than Microsoft is, and that's bad.
Look, they announced more. Before E3 this year.
All right, wait. I want to address Mayor back there. He said ports. Yeah, they do have some ports, but they're still whooping Microsoft's ass. So
yeah, ports. Why is it okay for us to cheer about Master Chief Collection, but it's not okay for us to cheer about a port on Nintendo.
I don't cheer for that shit.
I mean, I'm just asking. You know what I'm saying? Every system come out with their ports, nigga. When we saw the port of the Titan game, the Eco Maker Titan game, I forgot the name. I can't think about it right now. But we all cheered it because it deserved to be cheered. Nintendo,
What, you talking about,
why who wouldn't want a port? I would love to have a port of all games. Show me, yeah, Shadow Colossus. I would like to have a port of all games so I could sit on my toilet and play them shits while taking this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, gamers trip me out about the craziest of things. It's like we supposed to be smart. We the smartest people, but I see people saying, "Oh, well, how come this game is in 4K on the Switch?" And I'm like, well, nigga, because the power level, like like before the game was even announced, any game ain't going to be 4K on the Switch because it's not as powerful. Well, why isn't it as powerful? Because it's a handheld and it has to maintain its fucking batteries. The more power you're gonna have to juice up, they can have a 4K Switch, but then the battery life would be fucking 2 minutes. So what use is that? You know what I'm saying? As far as the concept that they want to go with, how about we give them props for making the most powerful handheld ever created? Nobody wants to talk about that though. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know, man. Like I said, man, like gaming is becoming to the point to where we're complaining about the wrong shit. Nintendo came out with, in its first year, it had 400 games, my nigga. Like, I don't understand why people want to trip on them. You know what I'm saying? They people complained and said, oh, they don't got third-party exclusives. Now look at them. They announced more third-party exclusives this year than Sony and Microsoft combined. But nobody is saying nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I mean, people can hate Nintendo, but Nintendo has been there. They always will be here. And they are the reason why gaming is still here. Because without them, gaming would have died a long time, along with ET and Atari. You know what I'm saying? So it's, I don't know, man.
I agree.
I be looking at gaming as a whole, like, man, what's wrong with these cats, man?
No, you brought out.
And what's up with Mads? I saw a tweet about Mads too. Like, you heard about that tweet with Mads?
The Last of Us shit?
Yeah, like that nigga, he said, I just love The Last of Us, and I need to beat it again, once again. And then somebody was a friend of his on PlayStation.
No trophies for it.
Yeah, he got no trophies, so you ain't never beat the game. And then on top of that, how you playing it again? He said you played that shit 18 games ago. Like, niggas forgot that, The Last of Us came out in the trophy era, so there's record of everything, especially if they got your name. If they got your gamer name, all you needed is the name. And then on top of that, nigga, like you didn't beat it the first time. So how you saying you're gonna beat it again? I'm like, but why do that though? Like, I don't understand. Like, why? I haven't beat Sekiro yet. I'm not finna act like I did. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go back and beat it. I'm just a dumb gamer who keep on playing new games and get stuck on that shit. Nigga, Days Gone came out, like, let me play this a little bit, but then I got stuck on Days Gone. But it's like, I'm not gonna sit there and act like I beat. Why are we acting like we are gamers, nigga? Like, why do we have to act like something that we love? Why do we have to act like we playing something that we love if we love it? The fuck we acting for? Like, it's unnecessary. It's crazy, bro. Like, what the fuck wrong with these niggas? Cause I swear this generation, Nick, goddamn. I need a blunt. I don't smoke weed no more. I'm gonna have to go back fucking with you niggas. I'm gonna have to go back. Shit.
No, it's great. No, you're right though. If we're enjoying something, why do people keep saying it's an act? That's stupid.
Doesn't make sense.
No, it don't. Not at all. You're 100% right. It don't make sense. When people say, "Oh, you're acting," no. If I don't like a game, I'm gonna tell you I don't like a game. Oh, but that's not an act. But when I'm enjoying a game, that's an act. That makes
as long as what you're doing, they agree with. That's when you're telling the truth. That's what gaming has turned into. Yep. As long as you agree with me and I agree with you on something, you're telling the truth. But once I disagree with you, you're trolling, you're lying, you're bullshitting. And I mean, it's just crazy.
Well, I don't agree with
what I'm saying? Xbox guys
say, so fuck you.
Well, yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? And it's like people get mad at that shit, nigga. Like niggas you'd have been kicked off the podcast long ago if I was that type of nigga who hated somebody who disagreed with him. You know what I'm saying? Shit, video would have never been on.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's
how many times have all three of us disagreed?
No, all the time. All the time.
Are we mad at each other? No, we still do the same shit over and over again.
Yeah, no,
A
nigga.
little
Same
bit.
thing with
A
Sick.
little bit.
Nigga, Sick. Me and
little bit
Sick,
deep
me
down
and Sick
inside.
disagree on all types of shit. Nigga, you know what me and Sick say? Sick would be like, I'm gonna have to holler at you about that, fam. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't no fuck you dumb, stupid ass nigga. Went to moon bad. Like, nigga, the fuck, nigga. People are allowed to disagree, hear different ideas from different people. But like I said, it's worse than it being a gaming community problem. It's just about people in the gaming community who never was in it in the first place. People who just want to fit in because it's the popular thing
Yeah.
to do.
Yeah, I agree
Yeah.
with that, Thresh. There's a lot of people out there that don't deserve to be in the gaming community at all, man.
Right.
Like I
Right.
said before, they don't earn their credits and think that they're part of the game. They don't earn their credits. Like people picking on Sickhumor for no reason, and he's earned his fucking credits
Who
over
the
and
fuck
over
is gonna
again.
pick on poor old Sick anyways, man?
Who
Yeah,
said
man.
all this shit?
No, they're hating on his ass right now.
Y'all know he old. That nigga
For
old.
what?
Like, nigga, like leave that nigga alone and shit, nigga. That nigga
Right?
sensitive as shit, nigga. But nigga, that nigga be over here bullying mechanics and shit on it when he want to do some shit. Like, nigga, why? Why leave him alone? Stop messing with people. You know what I'm saying? Nah. You can't pick on people with facts. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, that's the number one thing that I noticed, that these motherfuckers, you can find out a bad motherfucker from a good one, is if you hit somebody with facts and they don't accept them facts, then they gonna lose that argument every motherfucking time. Because all you gotta do is say, okay, show me. All right, show me. Because I'll show you. Nigga.
Well, Thrash, these people were sending me shit about Sick, and I'm like, as soon as I saw the title, I'm like,
That smoke.
hell motherfucking no, am I watching that shit. And then I was doing a stream, and I mentioned it earlier. I'm gonna mention his name. Savage Lobo was talking about fucking Sickhumor. Listen, and he tried to tag me and shit. Don't tag me into no. I have no problem with Sick. I'm cool with Sick. I like
Wasn't
what
Savage
he
Lobo
does.
just on a podcast with us? If I'm not mistaken, wasn't he just on a podcast with Sick? Damn, nigga, like what he said?
I don't know. He was just trying to tag me into a video which I didn't watch, and then he was saying how he blocked him. Well, if he blocked you, you must have done something real motherfucking stupid for Sick to block you.
Why niggas so hurt about being blocked? Like
I don't know. Because they know they're wrong. Because they know they're wrong. They did something stupid and said some dumbass shit, and they get mad about it. But don't come into my timeline and don't come into my chat when I'm doing a live stream and talk about somebody I'm cool with and try to get the chat to follow in with you. Don't do that.
So this nigga was mad at the homie because he was talking shit about Griffin Gaming.
Yep.
Oh my Christ.
Nigga. We caping for niggas?
Exactly.
We got niggas caping for niggas? Damn, nigga, we Captain Saberman? Hey, is that Captain Saberman right
so
there?
Fake.
Wow.
I don't believe what Griffin Damon did, and people fell for it, including me. But I actually threaded him. So he was like, I said I exposed him. He was like, make a video, expose me. I'm like, I don't need that. I have all the proof on my shirt. He's like, make a video. That dude is such a fraud. Like he's literally from my part, he joined Cult, Dealer, and Baron, the club.
Yeah, all those niggas is cowards, nigga. Probably except Diller. I think I seen Diller walking into hostile territory.
There he is.
Walking into hostile territories and shit, nigga. But I ain't never seen like the crap gamers, the Cold Eastwoods, and nothing like that, nigga. Would never walk into hostile territory for some reason, my nigga. Them niggas love to talk that shit, but never want to be questioned on their shit. And that's just
they live in the wilderness. They live in the wilderness where they can hide.
This is all over gaming though.
And how
They are
stupid is
fake
that?
gamers.
That's the crazy thing about it, man.
Hey, Savage, I'll start up a motherfucking podcast right now, my nigga. Because nigga, you already know you don't want to step in the room with me. You already know what happened between me and you before, my nigga. You talk a whole lot of shit, but why don't you just nigga speak on why you caping for another man? I would love to know. Like nigga, why cape for another nigga? Like Like, you say something bad about Griffin Gaming, man. What the fuck? What the one bad? I done had niggas come at me about Foxy too. Like, nigga, but like, I'm like, damn, them niggas not even saying shit to me. It's you. Like, do you even know this nigga physically, nigga? Like, do you know how many pimples nigga got on his forehead, nigga? Do you know? Like, I don't even know about this man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's strictly, my nigga. Like, I'm just saying. Like, I mean, I don't got beef with Griffin Gaming. I've been in a podcast with Griffin Gaming before. You know what I'm saying? And he was like scared because I was saying nigga a lot and shit. And I'm like, nigga, shiver, nigga. Like, what you want me to tell you? But it's like I don't gotta beef with cuz until he say something to niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, I'm the type of dude who I ride for my niggas. You know what I'm saying? I ride for everybody in the squad. You know what I'm saying? And squad ride for me. We all ride for each other up in this bitch. But ain't nobody gonna be scared of nobody as far as sitting down and talking about the shit, nigga. Because that's the best we can do. There ain't. I mean, it should never come down to any type of violence. The only type of violence it should be on the sticks. And half of these motherfuckers, 98% of these motherfuckers don't even want to get on the sticks. You know what I'm saying? Let alone sit down and talk some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, anybody can sit behind the mic and talk about a video in the safety of their home without nobody questioning what they saying. But then if you sit in the room with somebody and y'all displaying facts and you telling him why this is why I don't like you, why you do this, and you say that and you question that. Niggas can't even fucking go back and forth with that shit. Not even yelling, just a regular conversation. Regular conversation. You know what I'm saying? And it's like it's hard to find motherfuckers willing to even do that shit. I'm surprised Livewire came on with me yesterday. I'm super surprised.
Wow.
But he came on and nigga, we on them questions, nigga, and he was answering to the best of his ability, and he might have looked like an idiot with a whole lot of them answers he had, but at least I could respect the fact that he came through. You know what I'm saying?
Thrash, I got a question for you. Talking about coming through.
Mm-hmm.
If he's willing to come on, you don't even have to do your own podcast. He can come on and discuss his shit right now before we end the show.
What time is it? I mean, he's a 5 nigga. He a 5 minute nigga. I got no problem. You get me if you gonna come through. I can handle that in 5. Well, it's not even. Well, it won't be about him and Sick though. That's I leave. You know, that's Sick. Sick can handle his own business. You know what I'm saying? That's
no. I want
you know how that. But with me, yeah, I can talk to him about with me for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. So Lobo, I'm sending you a link. You could sit up here and talk to Thrash about what he has to talk to you about. And nothing to do. It's your ideals against his, and that's what it's about. All right. So don't sit in there and talk if you ain't gonna show. I'm sending you the link right now. Bring your ass in here, and Thrash can say what he feels about what he feels about. Be a man and bring your ass in here. Be a man.
Be a man or be a girl. No, be a man or be a boy. Up to you.
No, it's either be a man or be a sissy. It ain't even a boy. Because even a boy will show up.
Fair enough.
Be a sissy. Let's come. I sent you the link. Let's show up. Okay? I mean, seriously. I mean, you got to talk about why you said the shit you said. And
They don't have the guts. They hide behind the computer or PC or laptop, but when it comes down to one-on-one, they don't have the guts. It's like
I listen. It's getting late. It's only a little bit of time. I don't want Thrash to go out of his way to start a whole new thing and do it. Thrash is here right now. He's in the comment section. Let's bring it on and let's get it done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you. I'm with you. But he's not going to come. I know these people.
Let's see if he comes. We'll give it another second. And Thrash, what do you think? He gonna come or not? Fatal, what do you think? He gonna come or not?
I say no.
I don't know. I don't think he will. He might. But I know my bed's calling me, though. I know that much.
Wait, say that again?
I said my bed is calling me, but I don't think he's going to show up, though. I don't think he's even in the chat anymore.
I don't care if your bed's calling you. You're going to wait a minute until we end the show. I don't care if your bed's calling you. You better wait. I haven't had you on the show in a while. Fatal, you're going to wait a minute.
Out of respect for you, I will.
All right, my bad. My bad.
No.
I had a call.
No,
What's up?
we'll wait. We're giving Lobo a second to get in here. I sent him the link. Evidently, he's not going to show up though.
I doubt it. I don't think he will.
I mean, I try to have him come through before, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I mean, like I said, he's like real good at talking shit in chats and all that good shit on Twitter, you know. I'm not really a Twitter finger type nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm still waiting for post up scary ass to come through. Come through the round table. I keep teasing him and shit. Dude. I keep teasing every time I see him on Twitter, nigga, I hit him, I be teasing the fuck out of his ass. He keep saying, oh, I'm still here now, I'm gonna come through. Like, shut your excuse having that. I ain't never met no niggas have more excuses. But
well, I don't think he's gonna. I think he's scared. I think he's scared. He don't want to debate you on anything, Thrash. I know he knows he's gonna lose. He ain't gonna show. It's been like 4 minutes now. It's not that hard to tap into a link and join.
And nigga, he probably got to get like a voice changer, my nigga. Like, you know how some of them niggas don't like their voice. You know what I'm saying? His shit probably real light. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get one of them voice changers to make his voice sound deep. You know what I'm saying?
You know,
nigga answer the phone. He answered like hello. You know what I'm saying? Like hello.
No, no, Thrash, you gotta do it like this. Hello.
I just wanted to know, like, you know, I just wanted to know, like, why was the nigga talking, like, how was he, you know, talking shit about me, my nigga? I don't even know this shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, back when me and Ryan was beefing this shit, cuz I was over there caping for Ryan and shit. I'm like, we can cape for the nigga, but like, the fuck are you everywhere caping for the nigga? No matter where you at, you got some fly shit to say. So I'm like, nigga is. I mean, did you click his boot or what?
I just want to address Sick for a moment. Sick, I know he's irrelevant, but you know what? You know I always had your back, just like you always had mine, and it never going to goddamn change. I ain't let nobody talk no shit for no fucking reason about a friend of mine. Just like the people on this podcast right now, I don't let people talk shit about them for no motherfucking reason. These are my friends, and I am in a tight circle, and I stand by the people in my circle.
Hey, it's like I said. So I know Sick can handle his own shit. Trust me. I've seen niggas seen this nigga handle niggas and ruffle niggas up without even fucking trying. As soon as that nigga start talking professionally, like especially if you want to hear the answers.
Oh, wait, he just sent a message. He's coming on.
Okay. Send me a link.
Okay, yeah, send him another link. I guess the link is broken. But yeah, no, that's why I won't even address him about Sick. Like I said, you know, I know if Sick want to handle that shit. Yeah, no, Sick can handle that. I'm waiting to watch that. That nigga's always caping for niggas. I'm just want to know, like, is it like a like nigga? I mean, I know some bitches that he can cape for. Like, I just want to know what the fuck is up with this guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit.
What up, Lincoln Clay and Siphon, Ian and Wrath? What's going on? All right, if you're gonna join, would you join your ass already? God damn! How long does it take you to just get into a fucking podcast for real?
Yeah, nigga, hurry up, nigga. I got phone calls to make. I got my girl calling me, nigga. She on her way and shit, nigga. I need to make it quick. You know what I'm saying? Because I fell asleep on her last night.
He want to get down to the nasty. So come on, hurry up.
You know what I'm saying? The nasty, indeed. You know what I'm saying? Shit.
Don't listen. If you don't hurry up and get your ass in here, we're just going to end this shit because I ain't holding everybody up just for you to take your sweet ass time and play games. Either come in or say you're not coming. We don't have time to play games with Peon.
He ain't coming. Don't trip, my nigga. He gonna say that the link that he got is broken. It's not gonna work. Blah 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 blah. I had niggas do that shit to me before too.
Then you know what? Like I said, it's been almost 10 minutes now. You know what? We're just gonna podcast. The hell with his ass. All right. So we're gonna do outros. We're gonna start with the special guest that I brought on tonight, which is Ace. Ace, do your outro and tell everybody where they can find you and a little bit about you.
Okay, so there we go. I am Ace. I really had a fun time here. Thank you for having me. You can find me at I don't have a YouTube channel, but I have a Twitter, and it's Kaharaba. I will type it on chat. And yeah, it's always fun to be on a podcast. Mostly I hate podcasts because I can't share my opinion because I'm hearing others spewing bullshit and lies and what's so on. And I'm like, I want to debate this idiot, but I can't. So thank you for having me.
No problem. I'm glad you joined. Next up, we got somebody who's waiting. He said the bed's calling in. We got Fatal.
Yeah, that's called my fucking tubby ass. Oh yeah. Yo, tomorrow Battletoads gets revealed, man, for gameplay. Oh yeah. Yo, what's up, guys? Fatal here. Thanks for having me on your podcast there, Titan. I appreciate it. As always, man, it's fucking a privilege to be on here, man. So thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yep, nigga, yep.
Listen, you're always welcome. You know it. When you're not watching, your hockey and shit up there and at the neighbor's house. But whatever. Anyway, but last
I'm Canadian. It's in my blood.
I know. I'm messing with you. But now we got somebody who's been on my podcast more than once, who is always welcomed, who I play fighting games with. King Thrash, do your outro.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all niggas know what it is. You know what I'm saying? I got a channel, but if you don't know my channel, it's because you're not supposed to, fuck nigga. But if I am going to plug in the channel, I'm going to plug in the Roundtable, you know what I'm saying? Check out the Roundtable podcast. It's not my channel, so I am allowed to advertise that. You know what I'm saying? I see the channel growing, you know what I'm saying? We close to 600 already. You know what I'm saying? And we doing good things, we doing big things over there, you know what I'm saying? You can catch Fatal there. You can catch a lot of niggas in the chat. You can see Sick come in whenever he gets mad enough to come through, and he's at home because of this swoop in and start talking shit. We got it, we do what we do over there. So yeah, nigga, holla at it over there, Roundtable Podcast, my nigga, and see y'all niggas later.
Yo, Sick, let me have my dream, goddammit.
All right, Thrash, tell them what days and times it comes on.
Oh, my bad. Tuesdays and Fridays at 6 Pacific. That'll be 9 Eastern, and if you're in the middle, do your fucking math, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, around that day.
Hold on.
Don't do it. He's a fraud.
Yeah.
He's not coming through.
Yeah, I know.
He just sent me a message. He just sent me a tweet asking me for the link.
No, forget it. We're done. We're done.
He's a fraud. He's a fraud.
Hey, sorry, Labo, man.
No, forget it.
Nigga.
Not my podcast, bro.
Listen, anyway, we're gonna end this. You know who I am. And
wait. May I say something?
What?
I think you should give him a chance because, and this is a real problem.
Well, no. If it's like that, if he really wants,
wait.
No. It's no problem. He can come sit at the table. You know what I'm saying? It's no problem at all. You know what I'm saying? Like,
come to the round table. If you want to talk,
we'll be on tomorrow. So I mean, he's more than welcome. Anybody's welcome to come sit at the table. Nobody's blocked. Anybody's welcome to come sit at the table. Just be ready, nigga. Come with your book of facts. If you got something to say, you know what I'm saying? It's nothing. I've
been at that table. So if you don't have your facts, I'm gonna tell you right now, you're going to get roasted because you better have your facts. But I've been at that table.
You're gonna be destroyed.
Better know your shit. You will be destroyed. I've been at the table more than once. Okay,
and you should be.
The round table is the real deal. They're going to tell you just like I am. You come on my shit. You go on their shit. I'll tell you one thing. You ain't gonna leave happy if you don't have your facts together. Okay, you're gonna be running down the road with your tails between your fucking legs. All right, you'll be tucking that shit up.
I'm gonna just say it like this. Nigga. The Avengers had a Hulk. We got an Asian. You know what I'm saying?
Oh shit!
Like, think about though. And we got a nigga. We got a nigga who do deer and elk watching, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Fatal. Oh, Canadian motherfucker.
What the fuck? Watching deers? Wait. I didn't know that.
it's a Thrash. You also got somebody that bathes right on air.
Right, exactly. You know what I'm saying? We got niggas that have no problems pissing, shitting, and taking showers with the camera on.
But what I'm saying is, at least he don't need that Microsoft soap because he washes his ass. You know what I'm saying? He don't need Microsoft soap. He washes
I'm gonna need that
ass.
Microsoft
You don't need that Microsoft
in
shit.
my life.
He don't got no hair for the shampoo, so it's already half gone.
But anyway.
All right, though. Anyway, though.
Anyway, this is Titanfall Princess. I appreciate you all coming on. Thrash, Ace, fucking Fatal. I appreciate you all coming in here. I had a great time. It was good to be back with some of the group again. We got to do this again soon. But I'm out of here. It's Titanfall Princess. I'm done. Have a good night, everybody. Hit that like button.
I'm about to boot up that Tekken too. I'm about to boot up that Tekken. Anybody who want it, nigga, it's no problem, nigga. I'm about to boot that shit up real quick, nigga. We out.
Bye.